If he needs to bat righty against a lefty, he will not do that. So we'll see how Alex manages that. Cal Raleigh, the New Hampshire man, Jason Varitek fan, is like an early MVP candidate in the American League. He's the catcher. He's got 9 home runs off a big offseason extension. Cal Raleigh bats third and catches. Randy Arozarena is in left field. He cleans up for the Mariners. Then Luke Raley in right field. Left-handed hitter bats fifth. Rowdy Tellez, the first baseman, bats sixth. Will alluded to it. This guy has destroyed the Red Sox, and he is red hot. Homers in 3 straight. Dylan Moore, the second baseman, bats seventh. Miles Mastroboni, the third baseman, bats eighth. And then J.P. Crawford is the shortstop, and he bats ninth. Not surprising that Dan Wilson and the Seattle Mariners load up on switch hitters and left-handed batters against the righty Brian Bayo. Meantime, for the Sox, Jaron Duran leads it off. Then Rafi Devers, the DH, bats second. The third baseman, Alex Bregman, bats third. Story cleans up. He's the shortstop. Wilyer Abreu in right field bats fifth. Christian Campbell, what a series he had against the White Sox. He's at second base batting sixth. Tristan Casas at first base batting seventh. And Carlos Narvaez catches batting eighth ahead of Cedon Rafaela, who's the center fielder, and he bats ninth. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. The Speed Report brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. What a feeling it must be right now for Brian Bayo. He leaps across the first base line. He is about to throw his first warm-up pitch of this regular season. Huge expectations coming into last year, kind of a down season, although he did close strong. Shoulder issue in spring training, Will, but all the reports are that he's ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah, the stuff looked good. I know the numbers didn't look great, but, you know, he had to treat that almost like his spring training in those rehab starts. And sometimes when you're facing those younger hitters, they're very aggressive and ambush you. But all the reports were the velocity was up, the pitch shapes were great. He kept the ball on the ground. A lot of the contact was on the ground, and you'd think with this improved infield of the Boston Red Sox, that can play to his advantage.
Injury report brought to you by Catches Law Group, champions for the injured, with more than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders. Connor Wong has been out on the field the last few days, and he is, I think, closer to return than all of us thought he would be.
Yeah, he was catching Cutter Crawford as he was throwing his live batting practice out on the mound today, which is a good sign considering there was a fracture there in that glove hand. But he's catching 95 miles an hour, so next thing up will be swinging a bat.
So here's Bayo. He's got much longer hair this year. It's a good look for him underneath that blue Navy Red Sox cap. Red sleeves down to the wrists. And a guy who made the opening day start a year ago, Will, I'm fascinated to see how he handles the adrenaline of tonight.
Yeah, that's the thing with Bayo, is sometimes the biggest obstacle for him is himself. So it's can he keep the heartbeat low? Can he get ahead of these guys? He's got to live down in the zone with that sinker, and when he keeps the ball on the ground, he's at his best.
He made 30 starts a year ago, which was a big step forward, but 14-8 with a 4.49 ERA. Also gave up 19 homers in 162 innings. Alfonso Marquez is the home plate umpire. Lance Barrett at first, Carlos Torres at second, and Charlie Ramos in the rocking chair at third. Crowd still filling in. It's a foggy night in Boston. Here is Julio Rodriguez, one of the game's brightest stars. He takes the first pitch, fastball outside for ball one, 97 miles an hour from Bayo, and it's 1-0.
It's interesting looking at Julio Rodriguez. So much swing and miss and chase outside of the zone.
1-0. Chopper to short. Story comes in. He gloves, he throws, and Story, a little difficulty getting out of the glove, but over to first in time. And there's one away. You know, Will, one of the interesting sort of beneath the surface plots here is that one of the big scenes about Bayo in the Netflix show was his opening day start in Seattle, where there are cameras watching Andrew Bailey tell Bayo the scouting report for all of these Seattle hitters.
You think they used that to their advantage? To watch, somebody said, hey, maybe go watch that Netflix special.
It's sort of an interesting chess match. Here's Jorge Polanco, their hottest hitter. He takes a strike on the outside corner. 96, he's throwing hard, and it's 0-1.
He is. You see that? He's got that good two-seam, sinking fastball, just living on the edges here in the first couple pitches. I love the look of that.
6:46, the time of the first pitch, as a backdoor slider beauty on the corner. Strike two. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield Marinated Pork. Elevated your grilling game with Hatfield Marinated Pork.
Now, Bayo's second half last year was much better. The first 14 games, he was well over a 5 ERA. But then the last 16 starts, he really got it down.
0-2. is very close. Could have been called a strike, but a slider up above the zone. And it's 1-2. Watching Bayo manage his emotions tonight is a big part of his story. It feels like San Francisco tonight in Boston. Look out at the skyline. It's incredible. A huge layer of fog blanketing the downtown area coming off the ocean. 1-2. The pitch is high in the air into right field. This thing is crushed. Abreu back at the track at the wall, and it is gone. Polanco hits his 4th home run of the year. Inauspicious start for Bayo, and it's 1-0 Mariners.
Yeah, Bayo's going to be frustrated with that just because he was 0-2, right? He gets to 1-2 on the slider that just missed. And then that one, this whole team's been swinging the bats really well, hitting the long ball a lot. I think they're in the top 3 in baseball in home runs right now, which no one expected. But definite mistake with 2 strikes right there from Bayo.
Polanco's been hot, and that is something to keep an eye on with Bayo this year. Way too many home runs allowed last season. Here's Cal Raleigh, who leads the big leagues with 9 homers, and he takes a slider down and in for ball 1.
That was the changeup from Bayo, but it was as center cut gets.
Yeah, I mean, a bad changeup is the most hittable pitch in the game. That and a bad splitter. 1-0. Pitch is outside. I mean, it's 87 miles an hour. It essentially becomes a hard batting practice fastball.
Right, and once you get to that point in the at-bat as a left-handed batter and you haven't seen it yet, you're pretty much looking for it.
2-0 to Cal Raleigh. Pitch is a good slider at the bottom of the zone for a strike, and it's 2-1. 1-0 Seattle. One out in the top of the first inning. The infield plays Raleigh, the left-handed hitter, to pull. The pitch is just inside. And he's 6, and it's 3-1. Casas at first, Campbell at second. Story the shortstop with Bregman at third. Abreu in right. Rafaela the center fielder. And, of course, Duran in left. 3-1. Pitch. High fly foul out of play on the third base side. Defensive alignment brought to you by the Baldwin Group. Insurance, employee benefits, and wealth management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible. He didn't look too bothered by the homer, Bayo.
No, not at all. I'm actually surprised by that.
So much insight from all the stuff on Netflix with Bayo. 3-2. That's a check swing. Did he go? No. Slider in the dirt and a 1-out walk. Well, you don't love that after the homer. Look, Raleigh's dangerous. He's a hot hitter. He owns this ballpark. But this is something to monitor tonight and throughout this season. Can Bayo overcome a little adversity?
Yeah, I'm okay with being really careful with Raleigh, the power he's been showing so far.
However, here's Randy Arozarena, who loves hitting at Fenway. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 97 miles an hour. And it's 0-1. They traded for Arozarena and Turner last year at the deadline, did the Mariners. This season they missed the playoffs by a couple games. 0-1 to Arozarena. Pitch. Hit him. Came up and in, and here we go with Bayo. A homer, a walk, and a hit batter. The Red Sox want to make sure that didn't hit the knob of the bat for Randy. It sure looked like it hit the left hand. And if so, the Mariners have 2 on with 1 out.
Yeah, trying to go in with the 2-seamer here just to get a ground ball, hoping for a double play ball. And that one just got away from Bayo. It looks like it caught Randy right below the elbow. He's got a guard covering it.
So an early test for Bayo. A run in, 2 on, 1 out. And here's Luke Raley, left-handed hitter. Bayo throws. Slider in there for a strike. It's his first time in real game action. Working with Carlos Narvaez. Raley comes in 175, a couple homers and 7 driven in. One-time Tampa Bay Ray. Just like Arozarena, the 0-1. Check swing, called a strike anyway on a slider. And it's 0-2.
Yeah, Luke Raley in his career against Brian Bayo, he's 2 for 10. He's got a double. He's got 3 strikeouts as well.
0-2. Trying to put him away here. Pitch Check swing and a slider down and in. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Alex Cora sort of uncomfortably pacing around in the Red Sox dugout. He's been down this path before with Bello. Amazing in his first start, an early test. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That's low. I think one of the real revealing parts of all the behind-the-scenes stuff with Bello in the Netflix series was just how hard he is on himself. Between innings, between starts. So he can overcome some adversity here. 2-2. The pitch is ripped foul on the first base side. I think he got away with a hanging slider there.
Yeah, you know, this is the point where you're wishing he had command of that changeup, and so far they've been uncompetitive, way below the zone, or like the one we saw to Jorge Polanco for the home run that was center cut. He's got to find the command of that pitch.
That was one of the mysteries of last year. He never really had his best changeup. 2-2. Bello throws, and he hits him. Wow. Homer, walk, 2 hit batters. The bases are loaded with 1 out, and I think we'll see Andrew Bailey here. We will. He comes out of the dugout, and this is just deja vu all over again. Wow.
Yeah, and look, you kind of feel for him, right? He doesn't have a regular spring training. He works his way back. He gets back. You're hoping for at least a clean first, right? Just to get off on the right foot. He makes the first batter ground out, Julio Rodriguez, on a very good 2-seamer. Weak contact to short, and you're like, all right, here we go. And then he wasn't showing emotion on the home run, but you wonder how much is that affecting him, but he maybe just not outwardly showing it.
Well, look, here's the reality of it. Last year, when things like this happened, he imploded.
Snowball.
Over and over again. And here comes the red-hot Rowdy Tellez. All he's done is homer in 3 straight. Speaking of guys who own this ballpark. What a huge jam early for Brayan Bello. Left-hander with power. Tellez is in the pitch. Line drive, foul down the left field line and out of play. It's amazing, Will, how oftentimes in ball games the most important moment arrives in the first inning, and it's here right now.
Yeah, and I would love to see Bello lean on his fastball. We've seen the slider and the changeup get him nothing so far.
0-1. He sets, bases loaded, the pitch. And that's a changeup low. I'm with you, Will, where that was the thing that was so frustrating a year ago. When Bello came to the big leagues a few years ago, it was the great changeup, but more than anything, confidence in the 2-seam in any count.
And that's what makes the changeup so good, is when you know this guy's going to throw his fastball for strikes.
1-1. The pitch is grounded to first. It could be 2. Casas spins, throws to second for 1. Story's relay. In time, Bello kept his foot on the bag. What a play.
Wow.
3-6-1.
Saves a run.
Bello out. They're going to look, I'm sure, to make sure that Brayan kept the spike on the bag. That was a good turn by Casas and a great throw by Story. And did he keep his foot on the bag? I think he did. Mariners will not look. What a play to get him out of a jam. It really wasn't a great throw at all from Casas, but Story turned it into a double play. Wow. That's a game changer right there. We go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Mariners on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey, Rhode Island. Keep it real with the Ballybet Casino app. You can play with real dealers plus win real cash. It's got hundreds of slots you can play on your phone when you're out on the go or hanging at home. Just download the app. If you're 21, tap the Ballybet tile and fire up the fun. Play blackjack, baccarat, even roulette. Real dealers, real money, real fun. Ballybet. Must be 21 plus, Rhode Island only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-9-GAMBLE. Ballybet Casino. Download it.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Want to pull off the season's freshest trends? You just need the right shoes. That's where Designer Shoe Warehouse comes in. Loving wide leg jeans, Pair them with sleek, low-profile sneakers. Obsessed with the sheer trend? Try it with mesh flats. Feeling boho? Comfy sandals nail the whole free-spirited thing. Find on-trend shoes from the brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, and more at DSW.
Will you be okay for the show Saturday?
Yep, look. ZocDoc has a ton of in-network doctors who can see me this week.
This week?
Reviews say Dr. Okami has a great bedside manner. Or Dr. Stafford. Patients say he never rushes appointments and has an opening today.
You should rush to his office.
And booked.
Now I need ZocDoc to find an ear doctor.
You've got options. Book on ZocDoc today.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
I don't know whether Jarren Duran is more than you bargained for, but he'll lead it off in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Mariners. What a big play that is from Trevor Story. Big pitch from Bayo. Sick play from Trevor Story. Here is Duran. He's had some big moments against the Mariners. Bryce Miller, the right-hander, mustachioed. He throws, and Duran bluffs a bunt, takes it back low. He's been doing that lately. It's worked for him, and it's 1-0.
I don't know, for whatever reason, it's becoming just habit for him to do that, part of the routine. If it helps him see a pitch, maybe.
I'm in. 1-0 to Duran. Miller into the windy throws, and Duran takes a strike on the inside corner. This is his 5th start of the year, Bryce Miller. So far 1-2 with a 3.43 ERA. Last time very good over 5 innings against the Cincinnati Reds. The Mariners starters, vaunted though they are, have not gone deep into games yet this year. 1-1. The pitch, Duran takes a changeup, a splitter that misses inside, and it's 2-1.
You know, this hitting streak that Duran has been on is super interesting, right?
Yeah, one hit a game.
8-game hitting streak, but he's hitting like 235 through that streak.
Hey, man, one a day keeps the doctor away, right?
That's right.
2-1 to Duran. Here's the pitch, and it is ripped down the right field line. That's extra bases. See if it rides the rails. Duran's around first. He's going to head for second. You know he's thinking 3. He makes the turn. Relay not nearly in time. Head first dive. Leadoff triple for Duran in the bottom of the first.
As soon as that ball landed fair, Willie, you're thinking triple, no doubt. No one else on earth is probably rounded second and going to third right there because the ball's already on the way in. But he goes up and gets this fastball from Miller that we talked about earlier. He can get above bats with that four-seamer. They're looking for that pitch, and he goes up and gets on top of it. Great swing.
And he's looking less lizardy rounding the bases, to be honest.
Less lizardy.
Here comes Devers. Homered on opening day against the Mariners a year ago. The pitch to him is inside, a curveball, and it's 1-0. Literally, if the ball hits the dirt down right field and hits the wall at all, book it. Duran's going to be at third base. So in business in the first, they will concede the run. Devers is not thinking about putting the ball just in play. 1-0 is swung on and missed. 96-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone, and it is 1-1. You're getting Butler service in the booth. You did double duty, Nesson pregame, raced into the booth, and Doug Lane has gotten you
a full spread.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Food, by the way.
You've earned it. 1-1 to Raffy. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high drive into right field. That's way back at the track. Raley is there to make the play. Duran will waltz in. It's a sac fly for Devers, and the Red Sox have tied it at 1.
And just like that, 1-1, tie ball game. Isn't it amazing when your leadoff hitter gets on, double or triple, and it's like, okay, book it. We got our best hitters coming up. Raffy does a great job right there. Not trying to do too much. He just missed a homer, but nice line drive to right on the big 12-6 breaking ball.
So Devers now with 13 RBIs, and here now Alex Bregman. A run in, bases empty, 1 down. Here's the pitch to Bregman, and a strike on the inside corner. It's amazing how the Red Sox have battered this pitcher, Bryce Miller. I mean, he's one of the great young talents in their 5-headed rotation. But for whatever reason, a guy who looks like he's ready for the Battle of Antietam has been hammered by the Red Sox.
Very nice.
0-1. Swinging a chopper on the left side. Shortstop Crawford, so smooth. He throws to first. Tellez has it, and Bregman is retired. I mean, that is the ultimate. He and Josh Winkowski should have a mustache off.
Except he's got a leg up with that mullet. I'll give him that. And he went to Texas A&M, good old Texas boy.
Is he pitching with the ring on, you think?
The Aggie ring? Probably not.
It's hard to pry those off those Aggie hands.
Maybe have it on a necklace.
That's right. Here's Trevor's story, a Texas man himself. 1-1, 2 down in the first. Here's the pitch. And Trevor takes outside for a ball. Story is 1 for 3 with a couple strikeouts against Miller.
469 over his last 8. 3 homers, 10 RBIs.
Just red hot.
Swing it.
And he's the reason the game is tied right now. 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's a line foul on the right side. And the reason I say that is that was a spectacular turn to the double play.
It was, because it was not a good throw from Casas, where he caught that ball. He was behind the runner with the bases loaded. He was not holding the runner on, so he was a little deeper. But he got a good throwing lane to the shortstop and almost threw it into left field. Great play by Trevor.
It's been a tough play for Casas this year so far. 1-1. To Story. The pitch is chopped to third. Backing up on it over there and making the grab is Mastroboni. Low throw to first, not in time. Foot speed for Story on full display. Once Mastroboni backed up on that thing, he maybe had to because of the hop. Story beat it all the way.
Yeah, that's such a tough play for a third baseman because Trevor Story hits that right into the ground. You read that really high hop, and you know as soon as you get it, you got to throw it.
Now, they're reviewing this, and the Mariners people are coming off the field, and I do think he's out. Watching the replay, the ball did look to hit leather, and Trevor, lunging for the bag, it looked like the heel was the first to touch the bag. I did think it got to Les's leather first.
It did just beat him, yeah. You couldn't tell the way Rowdy caught that. Not traditional, conventional way of our first baseman, almost catching it like a catcher at first base.
Yeah, he kind of went down to a knee, Will. Aren't you supposed to sort of lunge toward third to make that play?
You should, yeah. Get the ball a little quicker.
Here comes the call.
After review, the call is overturned. The runner is out, and Seattle will retain their counter.
All right, so the Red Sox do tie the game, thanks mostly to Jaron Duran. And after 1, it's 1-1 in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey, Rhode Island. Keep it real with the Ballybet Casino app. You can play with real dealers plus win real cash. It's got hundreds of slots you can play on your phone when you're out on the go or hanging at home. Just download the app. If you're 21, tap the Ballybet tile and fire up the fun. Play blackjack, baccarat, even roulette. Real dealers, real money, real fun. Ballybet. Must be 21 plus, Rhode Island only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-9-GAMBLE. Ballybet Casino. Download it.
20% off sunglasses from Shadin Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadin. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Let's BOGO! The Hoppin' Goods sale at Designer Shoe Warehouse is on. Buy any pair of shoes in-store or online. Get a second qualifying pair 50% off. Yep, must-have sandals, sneakers, and more from brands you love are buy one, get one 50% off at DSW. But only for a limited time, so hop to it. Fill your basket and score BOGO 50% off at your DSW store or DSW.com.
Hi, everybody. It's Brian Green from the Commercial Break Podcast. It's likely you've heard of the show if you're directly related to me or you follow our MySpace page. But I'm not here to talk to those 3 listeners. I'm here to appeal to people who haven't heard the show. Along with my co-host, Kristen Joy Hoadley, we're taking a deeper look at the topics that are affecting our youth today. Like, who are the people who are dating ghosts? Where did all these pickup artists come from? And why doesn't my preacher have a nicer private jet? We understand that these are the issues you really want to get to the bottom of. The Commercial Break is now available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
He's in a jam, and the pitching coach is headed out to the mound.
You okay, kid?
Coach, you ever think about your financial future?
Yeah, but not with the bases loaded in a full count.
Fair point.
Plus, there's Mass Mutual.
So, I should look into Mass Mutual?
Absolutely.
Can I borrow your phone? I left mine in my locker.
Yeah, but maybe after the game.
Another fair point, Coach.
Mass Mutual, official partner of the Red Sox. Learn more at massmutual.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Brian Bayo's first pitch to Dylan Moore in the top of the second inning is a fastball low for ball one. The next one, he is outside, another slider. It's 1-1. I'm with you, Will. The modern game, the starting pitcher today generally doesn't go too deep into games, so not as concerned about saving their secondary stuff. The 2-0 is a strike, a fastball, and it's 2-1. But that doesn't mean that a guy like Bayo, whose best pitch is his two-seamer, shouldn't lean on it more.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes this slider over the plate, change-up over the plate, gives the hitter a better chance.
2-1 is up the middle on a line on one hop, picked by Campbell. He hesitates, then throws to first in time. Waiting for Casas to get over to the bag was KC. And there's one away. We take 10 seconds for station ID in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming and the suddenly fed Will Middlebrooks here at Fenway Park. 1-1 in the top of the second. Here is Miles Mastroboni. Pitch is outside with a slider, and it's 1-0. Herb Chambers' batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers' Lexus of Sharon and Lexus of Hingham. One out, base is empty. Bregman in at third. Everywhere else they play him, but Paul the pitch. That is in there. Good sinker again. And it's 1-1. Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Sox strikeouts mean $50 from Arbella to the Jimmy Fund. 1-1 is a foul ball at his feet. A good slider there from Bayo. It's 1-2. I've never seen tacos or hot dogs or chicken eaten more quickly. It's pretty good.
I'm doing my best, right? In between pitches. Mic on, mic off. Taco in.
TC needs to let you loose earlier so you can come to the good work. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. There's the changeup. His best he's thrown, and they're two away.
But guess what he did in that at-bat?
Sinker.
He threw two very good sinkers at the bottom of the zone. Now the changeup comes out of the same tunnel and doesn't get there and disappears out of the zone. It has to play off the fastball.
Are you going to give Doug Lane a cash tip for the Butler service he provided here tonight?
End of the year. I think he's just keeping a tab. And, I might leave it for Lou. Lou can take care of that for me.
Here's J.P. Crawford. Ground ball up the middle, off the glove of Story and into the outfield. Trevor's upset with himself, but that was not an easy play. It ramped off the mound. Trevor ranged over to his left. Had a chance, but could not get it. And J.P. Crawford, first pitch, base hit. And he's aboard with two down.
Yeah, that's a hit all the way. That ball smoked up the middle. If Trevor makes that play, we're looking at top 10 plays right there. That would have been sweet. Of course, he thinks he should have made it.
Well, he's authored some of those great plays so far this year. And here now, Julio Rodriguez. He's not been good to start the season. He does have 3 homers. Always dangerous is J-Rod. Truly one of the great supernova stars in the whole sport. Pitch. He is inside. Interestingly, in the Netflix series, Andrew Bailey was heard saying to Brian Bayo, he only hits pitches in the middle of the plate, which, I mean, maybe that's the book on him to some degree. 1-0. Here's the pitch, and it is lined towards short. One hop. Story's got it. He goes the short way to second in time, and the inning's over. More on that when we return. 1-1 after an inning and a half. At Fenway Park, the Red Sox will have Abreu, Campbell, and Casas on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Canva presents a work love story like no other. Meet Productivity. She's all business.
The Canva doc is done.
Creativity is more of a free thinker.
Whiteboard brainstorm.
They're worlds apart, but sometimes opposites attract. Thanks to Canva.
The data is in the deck.
And now it's an animated graph.
Canva, where productivity meets creativity. Now showing on computer screens everywhere. Love your work at canva.com.
Hey, Rhode Island. Keep it real with the Ballybet Casino app. You can play with real dealers plus win real cash. It's got hundreds of slots you can play on your phone when you're out on the go or hanging at home. Just download the app. If you're 21, tap the Ballybet tile and fire up the fun. Play blackjack, baccarat, even roulette. Real dealers, real money, real fun. Ballybet. Must be 21 plus, Rhode Island only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-9-GAMBLE. Ballybet Casino.
Download it.
20% off sunglasses from Shadin Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadin. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Wilyer Abreu leading it off. In this bottom of the second inning, Sox and Mariners tied at 1. I cannot get over how foggy it is tonight. Like we're in the city by the bay. Pitch to Abreu is pop foul. Third base side and out of play. Abreu 1 for 2 against Miller with a walk.
I had a couple fog outs in Portland, Maine.
Did you?
When I was there, it would roll in about the 6th, 7th inning, and we wouldn't be able to continue.
Never before
I wouldn't
the
be able
game?
to see the center fielder. Yeah.
Probably good for you anyway. 0-1 to Abreu. Miller sets, he throws, and Abreu takes high. Fastball, and it's 1-1. So they just call it off. Dunzo.
Yeah, they would wait around a little bit, and you could tell, like, it would get more dense. And you're like, you know what, we're not going to wait till 11:30, midnight to continue this.
And then the Bars of Portland were in trouble. 1-1 to Abreu is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Portland's a great minor league town.
It was my favorite.
Yeah.
The best.
It's an awesome ballpark. The fans are so into it. And they got the monster out there as well. Isn't it blue?
Well, it's green. It's blue in Worcester.
Oh. In right field, the 1-2. Abreu takes a ball outside, a splitter.
Yeah, the one in Portland's green. It's just a really cool town. They pack it out, too. I mean, you have host families, and it's great.
Plus, by the time you get to midsummer, there are no better places on earth than Portland, Maine. 2-2 to Abreu. 1-1 in the second. Here's the pitch. Wilyer drives one high and foul down the left field side and out of play. And I bet you up there, they know that at Shaw's, fresh berries are bountiful. And now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Buy 2, get 1 free. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. Hurry now to Shaw's and Star Market. Joe Stig, speaking of, is here tonight. We'll see him in a bit. 2-2. Lined into center field. That's a base hit. He almost decapitated Miller there. And Rodriguez almost misplayed it there. Came up the heel of his glove. He recovered. And so it's a leadoff hit for Abreu.
It's such a good swing and balanced swing from Abreu right there on the curveball. You know, Miller's known for that big fastball top of the zone, but really stays on this curveball, goes down to get it. It's below the zone, sinks his backside, stays behind that, drives it to center.
Here's Christian Campbell. I think in some ways we are downplaying how wonderful a start he's having to his rookie season. 1 on to begin this second inning. Campbell waits. The pitch is high. He's 5 for his last 10. He's hitting .316, 3 homers and 8 driven in. I'm not that into numbers all the time, but he's been on base in 21 of his 22 games. And more than that, the at-bats lately have been spectacular.
You beat me to it.
1-0. I rarely do that. The pitch is a borderline strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1.
It's just, you always see him, especially in big situations, work counts, not be over anxious, which most 22-year-olds in their first stint in the big leagues would be.
1-1. Abreu at first. The pitch is low. Raleigh throws very well behind the plate. The Red Sox will not run a ton against him. 2 balls and a strike. You know, rookies normally get in these funks that can last 10, 20, 30 at-bats. It feels like for Campbell, they last one night.
That's because he finds ways to get on base through the walk.
2-1. Abreu goes. The pitch is swung on a miss. The throw not going to be in time. Head first slide from Abreu. So much for not running. Good stuff from Wilyer. And it's 2-2 after the swing and the miss.
Yeah, you can still, on Miller, he goes to a big leg lift here and there. He'll mix in the slide step here and there, but when he wants to throw his fastball, you generally see the leg go up.
How rare is it, too, Will? I would think that, I mean, for a rookie, it's hard to convince yourself to just walk when you don't have it. Campbell is just doing that in spades. Chance to drive in a run here. 2-2. Miller sets, he throws, and Christian fouls it off. Raleigh couldn't hang on. Might have taken it in a bad spot there on the foul ball, and it stays 2-2.
Willie, I don't know if there's a good spot to take a foul ball. There's
True,
worse spots.
but there is one that is the worst of all. Wouldn't you agree?
I think we would agree. That's why you always have to bring protection.
Nope, that hit him on the left thigh. Not that that feels good.
That also hurts.
No protection at all. No guard, no nothing there.
Just a quad.
I like that Cal Raleigh's got the autograph right on the top side of his
that's
catcher's
a nice touch.
gear.
Yeah.
2-2 to Casey. Miller looks to second. Again, and now he throws, and Campbell swings and misses. He loses his bat on a splitter. He is gone. We've not seen much of that at all from Campbell. That's a big first out for Miller.
Yeah, Miller generally doesn't throw that splitter very much to right-handers, and that was a good one right there. He's only thrown 12 of them to right-handed batters this season, and it looked just like the fastball of the hand had fooled Campbell.
Sort of a rare rookie moment for him. And here now, Tristan Casas, who's 2 for 5 against Miller. Boy, could he use a day at the plate. He takes a slider way outside for ball 1. The 7th batter of the game is Casas, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. 1-1 in the second. Abreu at second. The 1-0 pitch. Taken for a strike, a slider. Corner, and it's 1-1. Casas is fighting it so big time. $158. Homer and 4 driven in.
I just feel like he doesn't know who he wants to be at the plate, right? Does he want to be passive and see pitches and work counts and then mix in homers like we saw earlier in his career? Or does he want to be really aggressive, which I think the organization is pushing him towards, but we haven't seen him find success with that. 1
ball, 1 strike. Abreu leads at second. Here's the pitch, and it's grounded softly foul outside of first. Look, I've never hit in the big leagues, Will. I am not in a position to tell anyone what to do. But I will say, watching Casas take batting practice, he continues to do what he did in spring training, which is intentionally try to go the other way, and there is so little loud contact, even in BP. 1-2. Miller sets. He throws, and Casas swings and grounds it softly to the right side. Moore's got it. He will throw to first. Tellez a little late to cover, but there in time. There's just been way too much of that. Abreu to third, and there's 2 away. He knows himself better than anybody, for sure. But I would sort of think, Will, that we don't see him behind the scenes in the cages. Maybe he's ripping balls left and right. Yeah, but mentally, wouldn't it feel good to just crush balls on the field?
But batting practice is totally feel, right? I remember David Ortiz for 3 rounds just flicking balls towards third base, right? But later in the rounds, he would let it eat to right field, so he would do both.
Here's Carlos Narvaez. That's outside. I mean, I've seen that plenty of times, right? I mean, I'll never forget the first time I watched Pudge Rodriguez take BP. 2 rounds, like soft line drives to right field.
Some of the best hitters I've ever played with or against take the ugliest batting practice. So that's not always the thing. But to your point, I would like to see him open it up a bit.
Just like he's working nonstop to change things. 1-0 to Narvaez. The pitch is pop foul on the first base side. Don't want to waste the leadoff hit and steal from Abreu. But now 2 down, 1-1. Get you caught up on the Subaru of New England scoreboard in a moment. The Yankees are in Cleveland. They lead 1-0 in the 4th. A little love goes a long way in the 25 Forester hybrid. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul on the first base side. Out of play, 1-2. Narvaez a flat 200 with a homer and 5 driven in. Miller's thrown 31 pitches. Step off. They got those old school blue tops above gray pants. The word Mariners in block lettering across the chest. Actually, Seattle, I should say. 1-2. Here's the pitch. And Narvaez takes a high fastball.
How about Narvaez? He's tied for 3rd in defensive run saves among catchers in all of Major League Baseball.
Well, Alex raved about him. He said, I don't care how you hit. Just do that.
We've been watching it and the way he receives and this and that, and it's good to see that the metrics back that up.
2-2. Pitch is low. Took a splitter. And it's 3-2 with Cedon on deck. I mean, the blocking has been phenomenal. And that must mean the framing has gotten better as the weeks have gone on. Yep. He calls a great game. Abreu at third with 2 down. 1-1 the score. Miller sets. He throws. And Carlos lines one. Caught it short. Crawford right there. And he makes the play. Good at bat again from Narvaez, but the Red Sox do not bring Abreu home. We go to the third. 1-1. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Canva presents the killer of productivity. It was an ordinary workday until...
Oh no, this meeting. It could have been an email.
Run. Canva had a creative solve.
Forget email. I'll just put the info the team needs in a Canva doc, and I'll make it visual with images, charts, and graphics.
Bring productivity killers to justice with creativity. Love your work at canva.com.
Hey, Rhode Island. Keep it real with the Ballybet Casino app. You can play with real dealers plus win real cash. It's got hundreds of slots you can play on your phone when you're out on the go or hanging at home. Just download the app. If you're 21, tap the Ballybet tile and fire up the fun. Play blackjack, baccarat, even roulette. Real dealers, real money, real fun. Ballybet. Must be 21 plus, Rhode Island only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-9-GAMBLE. Ballybet Casino. Download it.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shade-In Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and find out why Shade-In sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shade-In is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
Introducing the new and improved Mega Millions. Bigger and faster growing jackpots with better odds of winning. Plus, every play includes a randomly generated multiplier that increases all non-jackpot prizes by up to 10 times. More Mega, more Millions. Please play responsibly.
Jones and Keith.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Green is on, red is off as Jorge Polanco leads it off for the Seattle Mariners. We go to the top of the third.
Was that thunder? What was that?
Bale looking to shut it down in the top of the third. Bregman comes in at third. Polanco homered his first time. The pitch is outside a sinker from Bale. And it's 1-0. Why don't you wear the nice blue blazer for me that you sport for TC on TV?
It's a great question.
Yeah. Kind of hurts me a little bit.
What is
1-0 is a little outside. I mean,
was that Viore?
Yeah. It's light.
Rich taste?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. They must pay well here.
You have no idea.
I absolutely don't.
1-1 to Polanco. Bayos offers a slider and it's swung on and missed, and it's 1-2.
You're the veteran, all-star player. I'm the rookie, making league minimum. All right?
What a twist of fate that is. Guy who never held a bat above high school in his life. 1-2 to Polanco. Bayo throws and a swing and a soft foul on the first base side. And it remains 1-2. I'm just saying, I was at no point today was I wearing a beautiful blue sport coat. I came in like this at all times. But you intentionally went Mr. Rogers and dressed down for me. 1-2.
Listen, Will.
The pitch is a little bit high and outside, and it's 2-2.
This is a warmer. It cooled off a bit. We'd like to keep the windows open here. All right? And I don't want to get the other one wrinkled or hot sauce over it as I crush food for the first 3 innings.
All of it brought to you by Doug Lane. 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a slider. So Polanco has gone. Well, a man who is always dressed to the nines joins us now. A Hall of Famer, the name for whom this booth is named, Joe Castiglione with us. Joe, what's up?
Thank you, Will. And Will, great to be with you guys. My first regular season game this year.
It's easy to remember the names, right? You look to your left and everybody's called the same thing.
Will squared, as somebody once said.
Yes. Here's Cal Raleigh. Joe calls him the big dumper. Here's a swing and a miss and a changeup, and it's 0-1.
Well, Joe, what have you been up to?
Well, we stayed in Florida till last week.
I don't blame
after
you.
the 8 spring training games, missed that terrible April weather here. and been listening to the games. You guys are sounding great.
Cal Raleigh takes another strike. It's 0-2. And you would have stayed longer had your son Tom not kicked you out of your own house.
Right, school vacation, so they took over the house and we had to come north. But
Mom, Dad, we'd really like to invade your house. Come home. The 0-2 is a little bit outside a slider, and it's 1-2. What was it like walking in here in the regular season for the first time,
that
Joe?
was a little strange. And I'm in the stands with the beautiful seats. The section we're in is heated, so that's wonderful.
Compared to Florida, it is frigid. 1-2 is down and in a slider, 2-2.
Speaking of beautiful jackets, I'm looking at this National Baseball Hall of Fame letter jacket you got on. They just hand those out once you get put in, or
no,
what?
Actually, my good friend George Graham, the guy that signed ESPN on the air in 1979, longtime TV voice of the Cincinnati Reds, gave it to me the day after my election was announced.
Cool. 2-2 to Cal Raleigh. The pitch, swinging a line hopper inside the first base line, all the way past the tarp. It caroms to Abreu and then past him. Raleigh rounds first, heads for second. An uncharacteristic misread by Abreu out in right. That will be a one-out double for Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, from here it looked like Willier he got a good jump to beat this to the corner. But it just caught the corner before it got down the line, ended up kicking, and he overran it. And what would have been just a single turns into a double.
The beguiling irregularities, right, Joe?
Eccentrical angularities, as Bart Giamatti wrote. You can see it there. I mean, very seldom hops that way, but hit that crevice.
Here's Randy Arozarena with Raleigh at second. One down in the third. The pitch is way outside. Really great block by Carlos Narvaez. With one out, Joe, this guy Carlos Narvaez has been great blocking balls behind the plate.
I've really been impressed by him. I was impressed in spring training, but he's done a great job. He's got to give pitchers a lot of confidence to be able to throw those hard sliders down and away.
1-0 to Arozarena, hit by a pitch his first time. Just a phenom with the Tampa Bay Rays. 1-0. That's a little low. One of the great World Series in the history of the game and postseason runs in 2020. He hit 10 home runs.
Amazing.
How many years did it take you, Joe, to get used to all the different angles and bounces in this yard?
Well, it took a while, and Ken Coleman warned me on balls, especially to left field, just wait. Don't call them too soon, because it's so hard to tell if they're going off the wall, out, or even be caught.
2-0 is a strike. You know, and this week, early in the year, I think that's particularly true, Joe, and October 2, where like Campbell hit one the other night I thought was going to be on Lansdowne, and it landed on the track.
This park plays entirely different in April than it does in July. I know Will can attest to as a hitter.
He never hit balls hard. 2-1. The pitch is on the ground towards short. Story's been brilliant there. Gloves and throws on the run in time to first. And they're two-way. Will, did you have to approach it differently given the months?
So, well, yes, to that. The ball did not fly as much when it was cold. And generally early in the season, the wind tended to blow from left to right. And in the summer months, it would blow out to left center a lot. It would be warm and the wind would blow out. But within my first 2-3 days in the major leagues, Dustin Pedroia came out here with me before batting practice and walked me around the stadium and showed me everything.
Wow. It's a pretty good tour. Here's Luke Raley. See if Bayo can pitch out of this mini jam. A slider in the dirt, ball one.
I want to see Tellez up again with men on base.
No.
I mean, he absolutely destroyed the Red Sox when he was with Toronto.
Joe, we had Johnny Gomes on yesterday, and Will has told me all these great stories about Petey, who is, of course, one of your all-time favorites, and the veteran leadership of that 13 team, 1-0. The pitch is way outside with a changeup, and it's 2-0. What do you remember about that Boston strong year?
The togetherness, how they all bonded together, especially right after the bombing and in subsequent days when they would visit people unannounced in the hospital or at their homes. And it really created a unity like I've never seen before with the club. And so many were so new to the team.
2-0 is just outside, including, relatively speaking, the guy to your right. And I know you'll never forget that swing from Daniel Nava.
That was amazing. The eighth inning, right after Neil Diamond sang. And he hit the ball into the bullpen.
3-0 to Luke Raley. Bayo throws. And that's a strike on the inside corner.
And you had two of the hugest home runs. Of course, the grand slam of the first pitch he ever saw in the big leagues. And then that game in April, right after they returned following the tragedy.
Was it you that told him to swing at the first pitch, kid?
Yes, I did. I didn't think he heard me because he was in his zone.
3-1 is grounded foul outside of
that
first.
was against Joe Blanton, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we were watching that. I believe we were in, let's see, was that 2010 or
12?
I think it was 10 when
it was
he
10.
came
It was
up.
10, yes.
And I was in Salem, Virginia, and we had it on this little, we were in Lynchburg playing the Reds A-ball team, and they had it on this tiny television. We were watching it.
3-2, the pitch. Swinging a shot foul down the right field line.
It was a Fox game Saturday afternoon.
And that's why we could watch it in Lynchburg, because it was on national television. Because we didn't have Nesson down there. Yeah.
What a spot that is. I've been to Lynchburg. The backside of the infield slopes toward the outfield. Quite a special surface that is.
Beautiful country. We'll give it that.
It is. 3-2 is grounded up the middle. Coming in, Campbell, nice little pick there. He throws to first in time. And the inning is over. That's really nice from Bale. He overcomes a little adversity. We go to the bottom of the third. More with Joe C. after this. 1-1 Sox and Mariners on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And we're back with Canva Presents Secret Sounds Work Edition. Caller, guess this sound.
It's a mouse click.
So close. That's actually publishing a website with Canva Docs. Next caller.
Definitely a mouse click.
Nice try. It was sorting 100 sticky notes with a Canva whiteboard. We also would have accepted resizing a Canva video into 10 different sizes.
What? No way.
Yes way. One click can go a long way. Love your work at canva.com.
Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, FDA approved for over 20 years. So, talk to your specialist to see if Botox Cosmetic is right for you.
For full prescribing information, including boxed warning, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
Remember to ask for Botox Cosmetic by name. To see for yourself and learn more, visit BotoxCosmetic.com. That's BotoxCosmetic.com.
Hey, Rhode Island. Keep it real with the Ballybet Casino app. You can play with real dealers plus win real cash. It's got hundreds of slots you can play on your phone when you're out on the go or hanging at home. Just download the app. If you're 21, tap the Ballybet tile and fire up the fun. Play blackjack, baccarat, even roulette. Real dealers, real money, real fun. Ballybet. Must be 21 plus, Rhode Island only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-9-GAMBLE. Ballybet Casino. Download it.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Your smart speaker to play, 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Here's Cedon Rafaela leading it off. And the bottom of the third, Red Sox and the Mariners are tied at 1. Bryce Miller is into his wind. The pitch to Cedon. Lined into right field. That is such a good swing, and it's down for a base hit. Man, he's coming, is Cedon. It's a leadoff hit in the third.
Did you see that, Will? Little things. Cedon Rafaela comes around first in a huge fist bump. Because guess what? He got to a fastball. He got to the pitch he was looking for, and he drove it to right center. He wasn't pulling off it. So all the work comes together, and you get a hit, and you feel that on first base when you've been struggling.
Well, in so many ways, that's the theme of this Red Sox offense. The guys who have gotten hot have done exactly that. Go the other way on the line. Here is Duran. Tripled his first time. See if Cedon thinks about it. He does. He goes. The pitch is a bluff bunt. Outside. No. Throw head first slide for Cedon. The running Red Sox are in business.
That's 2 jumps. Abreu had one like that. And now Cedon Rafaela as well. They have something on Miller where he doesn't mix his looks, and he does something before he goes to the plate. Some guys lower their hands just a touch before they lift their leg, and it gives you a good jump.
That's Kyle Hudson. That's Ramon Vasquez. It's all the advanced scouting the Red Sox do. So Cedon in scoring position. Duran has bluffed a bunt 4 straight ABs. 0-1 to him here. The pitch is a little bit outside. Joe, I would imagine even in your 42 years here, not many nights like this. The fog feels like San Francisco in downtown Boston.
I noticed that coming into the city today. It's really unusual.
So the 7th inning, will the seagulls set in, or
all the hot dog wrappers? 1-1. The pitch. No, he spins to second.
I wait till the fans leave normally.
It is incredible at the home of the Giants. Thousands descend the minute the game ends. Tony Bennett singing. 1-1. Duran waits. Cedon leads at second. The pitch is fouled off a splitter, and it's 1-2.
Never thought we'd see the day the running Red Sox. We remember the Lead Sox.
Yeah. The Lead
Sox. The
They
80s
kept
and
losing
90s.
in Minnesota and Kansas City and
Turf. Yeah.
1-2 to Duran. How huge it would be for this offense if he got it in fifth gear. 1-2, the pitch, swing and a foul back. He chased a high fastball and a 2-strike count. And it's 1-2. The rivalry report is sponsored by River Spring Residences, setting a new standard for memory care in New York City. 833-79-RIVER or riverspringresidences.org/radio. And the man who runs that show is thrilled that Joe is here with us tonight.
Listening tonight, David Pomeranz.
1-2 is fouled off. Got a piece of a curveball, and it stays 1-2.
You know, Duran went up and way above the zone and fouled off that fastball, and you just had to know Miller's thinking, all right, if he can get to that, he can get to my best fastball. I have to try to get him to chase below. So you see if he goes back to the split here just to keep mixing it up.
1-2. Likely he will. When Middlebrooks predicts things, they happen. They spin and throw to second, but Cedon back at first. Joe, it's been unbelievable. Like, he's made 30 predictions about pitches and homers coming, and like 28 of them have come true.
Cool. Well, I have a pitch comm up here, so I'm getting the pitch calls.
He can see in advance.
1-2 to Duran. Miller looks to second. He throws. Jaron swings and fouls it off. Of course it was a splitter, but Jaron fouls it off again. Does that discourage Miller from throwing it again?
I mean, he still hasn't taken a good swing on it, but now he knows it's in the mind of the batter, so now is when you can go in with the fastball and try to beat him in on his hands.
Sitko's sign is starting to get illuminated. Sort of a pink-blue streaky sky tonight. Amidst the fog, 1-2 to Duran. The pitch is low. He did go back to the splitter, and Duran looks locked in. He took that one, spit on it, and it's 2-2.
That's the thing. The longer the at-bat goes on and the more you see those secondary offerings, you pick them up out of the hand much better. That's why I really thought he would challenge him with the heater.
See if he does that here. Way back in right is Raley, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He went to another splitter. That one way outside, and Duran is gone.
That's clearly the book on Duran for today, because I mean, if they're going to go to it 4 times like that against a hitter like that, when he is telling you, hey, I'm on it, throw me something else, they're just going to keep going to it.
There's Raffy, who drove in the Red Sox only run. They're tied at 1 in the bottom of the third. One of Joe Castig's all-time favorites. Raffy.
Such a sweet guy.
And I bet you remember July of 2017 when he came up. Here's a pitch that misses inside his second game. He absolutely launched to straightaway center field for his first career home run.
Which is a tough home run park, especially at night.
He hit some big ones early in his career to center, including one off Chapman. 1-0, who's with the Sox and been great so far. Pitch to Raffy is high. Joe, this is one thing that he's done so well this year. He's in the top 5 in walk rate in the American League.
He's become more and more selective. He's always had a pretty good knowledge of the strike zone, but really improved over the years as well.
I think he's looking to hit one to Cambridge right here. 2-0. Here's the pitch, and it is fouled on the third base side. A splitter. He sometimes hammers that pitch, but he tried to pull that one 2-1.
Yeah, I think Miller's going to be pretty careful with him. He throws 2 fastballs in and then above the zone, trying to get a swing out of the zone and then go into the split, which has been good to him. He's feeling good with it right now after the Duran at bat.
Just a beautiful sky, a beautiful night as the sun begins to set. Orange glass of the downtown skyline. 2-1 to Devers. Rafaela at second. Miller sets. He throws. Raffy takes high. He's done so much of that. That's the difference. He takes the high fastball out of the zone, and it's 3-1. Third inning brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or cross town, Citgo saves you money on every fill-up along the way. 3-1 the pitch. Swing and a miss, man. Fastball right there. And it's 3-2. Confident in the batter's box is Raffy. Bent back, open stance. 3-2. Here's the pitch. And it's outside, ball 4. Devers walks again. Now the Red Sox have first and second with 1 out for Bregman. For Devers, amazingly, that is his 19th walk this year.
He's near the top of the league and walk rate at this point. It went up a lot last year, right? You saw that big change, and then this year even more, which was great considering how slow his start was. But he was still seeing a lot of pitches and taking his walks during that tough patch.
And especially considering the hitters behind him now, especially with Bregman, who's such a good RBI guy.
It's been so important for him. And Trevor's story, Joe, I know you're thrilled to see this. Trevor has just been fantastic and healthy this year.
We're really seeing his athleticism prevail. He gets the balls that most guys wouldn't reach, and the way he can throw off balance, jumping all over the place is amazing.
Well, he did it in the first inning. That's the reason the Mariners only have 1 run. We're tied at 1. Bregman trying to change that right here. He's seen these Mariners so many times in the AL West. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a chopper foul outside of third. You got a slider, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, fooled him there. He was sold out to that good fastball Millers he's been throwing at the top of the zone. Bregman, one of the better fastball hitters. He's so quick to the baseball with his hands.
For whatever reason, he's only 1 for 16 in his career against this pitcher. That's hard to figure. 2 on, 1 out. A little play depth behind Miller. The 0-1 set. The pitch. Swinging a chopper foul outside of third. And it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, not a good place you want to be against a guy you don't see well. You feel like you get 0-2 so quickly against the guys that you just can't pick them up.
0-2 to Bregman. Miller checks the runner at second. Rafaela and throws, and Bregman drives one high and deep and foul. Down the left field line. The mid-90s Mariners, Joe, and of course 2001 they set the major league record with 116 wins. Griffey and Edgar and Ichiro. I mean, for a team that has not done a lot in the playoffs, they sure have had some star players.
Yeah, they've been to a World Series, so they've had some great talent. As you say, now great pitching, but they just haven't had the balance with the offense.
Still 0-2 to Bregman. Here's the pitch, and it is outside. He works 0-2 counts so well, does Bregman. Took a sweeper, and it's 1-2.
It's just it's an art to hit with 2 strikes, right? You're not scared of the off speed. You're okay using the whole field and shortening up.
One of our all-time favorites did that very well. 1-2 to Bregman, and Miller spins. He also wore number 2 here with the Red Sox, Joe.
Xander. Glad to see him doing well in San Diego. They're off to a great start, continuing to flourish under hitting coach Victor Rodriguez.
That's it. That's the key. They do not lose at home.
They don't strike out.
1-2, driven down the left field line. Fair ball. That's going to hit for the corner. Rafaela scores. Devers will be held at third. It's an RBI double for Alex Bregman, and the Red Sox lead it 2-1. There is protection for Devers.
A nice easy swing on a splitter.
Yeah, and how about he looked overmatched that entire at-bat, and he got to 2 strikes. It's almost like he looked up at Miller, dug in a little deeper, and said, come and get me, big boy, right? You're not going to beat me with anything. I'm going to find a way to put the ball in play.
110th pitch brought to you by 110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right. Will, would you feel that in at-bats when you knew you could spoil their best stuff, that you had them?
When I was feeling good at the plate, yeah, when I could foul off, if I would foul off something I knew was their out pitch, I knew they had nothing else to get me out with.
Here we go with Trevor's story. The pitch is high. They've got nightmares about this hitter in this uniform in this ballpark. He drove in 7 runs in 1 game and 14 in a series against them 2 summers ago.
Well, they got a base open now, but they also have Wilyer Abreu on deck.
1-0. Look out below. The pitch is a strike. Man alive. If he's looking for that pitch, it's on Lansdowne. Slider in there, and it's 1-1.
Remember that series Jackie Bradley had against Seattle?
I'll never forget that. Came off the great series against the Detroit Tigers, too, where he lit the world on fire. 1-1 to Story. Second and third, the pitch. Swinging a high pop foul on the first base side. and it's 1-2. Joe, Alex Cora has told us that they just told Story, stop thinking. Just be an athlete. We don't care if you swing. Put yourself in a position to hit.
And he's done that very, very well.
2-1 Red Sox. Chance to blow it open. Devers at third, Bregman at second, and Trevor will call for time here.
I've just been so impressed with Trevor changing his approach, right? He was always pull, launch, pull everything in the air, and now he's just hitting line drives gap to gap. It's like he's taken some of the effort out of his swing.
And he's such a freakish athlete. Doesn't need to do too much. 1-2. Here's the pitch, and it is good. Take inside. They appeal. No way he went around. And it's a splitter take in 2-2.
This is where you really want to see contact.
They have the infield in. The angles are short, and Tellez now and Moore at second will back up a little bit on the right side. Not a lot of speed at third. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Sweeper. Story chased that one away. And they're 2 down for Wilyer Abreu.
We haven't seen that much from Trevor lately, and you know, it looked like he was geared up for the fastball. Thought he was getting that fastball at the top of the zone, and Miller snapped off a nasty sweeper. He missed that one by about 8 inches.
Well, that has been the book on him in years past, but you're right. That has not been predominant this season. Now it's up to Wilyer to pick him up. Run in, but second and third. Trying for a crooked number here. The pitch to Wilyer is high, a fastball, and it's 1-0. Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers in the F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 48 years, the official truck of the Red Sox. Fog still hangs over, darkening skies now. 1-0 to Abreu. Here's the pitch, and it is fouled on the third base side. He'd like that one back. A little bit on the outside half, I'd say 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
If I'm Wilyer here, now this is taking a shot in a 1-1 count, look for that split. He's feeling real comfortable against lefties with that pitch right now. Look for it, try to drive it the other way, stay on it.
1-1. Here's the pitch, and it is a high fastball. That's the downside risk, isn't it, Will? If you're looking for that pitch, you can look a little silly on the heater.
Of course, but if it's above the zone like that, you're going to recognize it out of the hand. Because he doesn't have one of those huge tumbling splits. It's more of just like a straight change. It doesn't have as much movement.
Hitters count here, 2-1. Here's the pitch, and it is a splitter, popped up in a shallow right field. Long run in for Raley. I'm not sure he read it all that well. Now he races in, dives, and makes the play. Wow. Bad read in the outfield, but Raley overcame it. And the Red Sox leave 2 in scoring position. They do get a run, and after 3, they lead the Mariners 2-1 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Canva presents your work horoscope for this week. Deadlines are in retrograde, which we all know can bring some intense energy. Our advice, fend off this forecast with Canva. Like Canva whiteboards to counter creative blocks, and Canva docs for clarity in communications. If you have any sales deals coming through, results will be in your favor with Canva presentations, manifesting many wins for you. It's a great week to love your work at canva.com.
There are 2 types of golfers, those that can hit solid golf shots wearing sunglasses and those that wish they could. Shadin Precision Eyewear is all about better vision and better golf. If you're lacking confidence to wear sunglasses while hitting golf shots, go to seebetterplaybetter.com and learn why so many tour players and their caddies have switched to the Shadin brand. Use the code SPRING to get 20% off and a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to see the golf course like you've never seen it before.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? On the podcast What We Spend, guests will, for 1 week, tell us everything they spend their money on.
My son slammed $6 worth of blueberries in 5 minutes.
And everything that makes them feel.
I want to own a house. I want to have a child. But this morning, I really wanted a coffee.
Because at the end of the day, money is always about more than your balance. Listen to and follow What We Spend, an Odyssey original podcast. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Top of the 4th, here's Brian Bayo trying to protect the 2-1 lead now. Rowdy Tellez, Red Sox killer. Leads off, left-handed hitter, takes strike 1. Fastball, good sinker, and it's 0-1. He's thrown 46% sliders so far tonight. And, Will, I think you and I both agree.
You know how I feel about that.
The fastball is a better weapon for him. 0-1, a pitch. That's a changeup outside. Why do that? It's 1-1.
Know how he doesn't know how hard it is to hit that bowling ball of a fastball at 97 miles an hour.
He did that when he came up all the time. 1-1 is inside. Look, they got the benefit of all of this information, but that's 2 straight changeups that have missed, and it's 2-1.
I just think he is at his absolute best when he does not chase the strikeout. He chases contact on the ground.
2-1. The pitch. That's another changeup. So he gets ahead 0-1 and then misses with 3 straight changeups. Tellez 14 homers in 42 games against the Red Sox. 3-1. Dangerous count here. He throws, does bail, and a ground ball off his glove up the middle. Story's got it. Throws to first, 1-6-3, and 1 away. What do you know? A sinker put in play, out number 1.
I'm telling you, it has so much downward action. It looks like it's down the middle. You swing and you don't have any idea how you either hit it off your foot or straight into the ground. I wish he would trust it a little more.
Stay in games a lot longer that way.
Totally.
Maybe he needs to get on the phone, not with Pedro Martinez, but with Roger Clemens. Use the number 1. One down. Here's Dylan Moore, right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. That's a sinker that missed just outside for ball 1. 4th inning brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today. Picked up tomorrow. CarsForKids.com. 1-0. Slider outside, 2-0.
You know what I do like about the fastballs we've seen so far? The misses aren't over the heart of the plate. They're just off the edge, right? And he's living right at the knees, which is nice.
2-0. He throws. Fouled straight back. That was a fastball on the outside half, up elevated enough, and it's 2-1. It's so easy to second guess from up here, but we've seen him enough. That thing is such a weapon, that 2-seam fastball.
I can tell you the game's a lot easier up here.
I believe that. The 2-1 fouled down the right field side out of play, and it's 2-2.
I haven't had an offer since I got up here.
That's what you think.
Love you too.
We don't have any fun, Joe. None at all. 2-2. The pitch is chopped foul very softly. Tough chance for Bregman. Only hope is that it goes foul, and it does. Out of play. We are in the Joe Castiglione broadcast booth at Fenway Park. Did you touch your plaque on the way in?
I have one on my wall at home.
Oh, perfect. Is that what Roger brought out to you?
Yes, it was. Yeah, Roger brought the plaque out. I looked up on the message board. I thought he was delivering a video, and here he comes out of the dugout. It's amazing.
One of the great right-handed pitchers of all time.
And one of the great friends, too. Very loyal guy.
2-2 to Dylan Moore. Pitch is chopped towards short. Backhanded beautifully by Story. A little hop and a throw to first in time, and they're 2 away.
How good is he at shortstop? All right, that's a backhand, and when a shortstop goes into the 6 hole and has to work inward towards the third baseman, many times they throw it off balance, fading away from first base. Trevor Story knew the base runner, set his feet, and made it through a strike to Tristan Casas.
And when he is off balance, it's amazing how accurate his throws are.
Yes.
Here's Miles Masterboni. Came over from the Cubs in the offseason. 2 out, bases empty. Bayo needs a quick one. He's thrown 67 pitches. He misses with a sinker, and it's 1-0. You know, Roger helps all these pitchers even to this day. He holds academies. He's got
his own house.
Facility.
Yeah.
And he does these Instagram videos, too, showing grips and pitch sequences. He's amazing as Masterboni takes slider high, 2-0.
Yeah, we've had him on games with us. He's an excellent analyst.
Oh, if he wanted to, I mean, he could be in any booth in the country. 2-0. Here's the pitch, and that's outside, a sinker, 3-0. I think we'd all agree this is the next step for Bayo in his maturation. Efficiency, quick outs. Don't nibble so much. 3-0. He throws, and he fires a strike on the outside corner.
He struck out this guy easily his first time up.
Yeah. And he got 2 outs, bases empty, and you go to a 3-0 count against the 8-hole hitter. Again, it's his first start back. 3-1. Pitch. That is low. Ball 4. Man, again, it's one walk, it's one base runner. Is he okay?
Well, something bit on me.
Wow.
A little bit of a, with his right leg, something.
Man. Alex Cora and Brandon Henry come out. Maybe like the right calf or something.
That's kind of what it looked like to me, Will.
Yeah, now he's grabbing at it.
Yep.
Ay. And it can happen, right? How often do you see it? A guy misses spring training, delayed to get going. Yeah, he just did not finish. And the minute he landed that front foot, he lifted the right leg up and danced around. I would imagine they're going to play it super conservative here.
Yeah, it was when he pushed off the rubber, because it wasn't when he landed with his right foot. All the weight is on his left foot when he lands. That's too bad.
After all the waiting and expectation, he's looking down at his left hand. Alex Cora, I think, is trying to tell him, listen, man, let's not push it.
It almost looks like he's saying it's cramping. Like he's balling up his hand over and over again, saying like it's
like a little
cramping.
knot in the calf, which is not the worst.
It's not the worst. If it's just a cramp, that's great. Like, get ahead of this, because if you pitch with it through a cramp, that's where you end up with the strain.
Is there a way, you think, to sort of loosen it up right now on the mound and stay in?
You know what they used to do in high school football? They give me a Gatorade bottle full of pickle juice.
Really?
Yeah, pickle juice. It's full of potassium. Get you locked in.
I've heard of bananas, not pickle juice. That's great.
Yeah.
It's what Nolan Ryan used to use for blisters.
Well, he's out there talking to Cora and Brandon, and let's see if they can give him a couple practice pitches to see how it feels. He's sort of rubbing on the middle part of his right calf. I think you're right. It does feel like it's cramping up on him. And you're right. This is the kind of thing, a guy who's been dealing with a shoulder, not only could the calf get worse, but you could overcompensate and do something else.
Yeah, totally. You definitely want to see him move around, jog around a little bit, see if it's going to continue to cramp. You want to massage it a little bit to try to get that knot, that Charlie horse out of there.
And Brandon Henry wants to see him throw at least a pitch or two from the mound.
That's a very good sign, because if it was a strain, this would not be happening.
And I would imagine they're dying for him to get, one more out here and then go into the clubhouse and just get ready to go for the next inning. Doug Lane's got it all. He's got a jar of pickle juice for you. Throw it down onto the mound. That looked pretty good on that warm-up pitch. He looks okay. He's trying to talk his way to stay in this game. Two good ones. He looks all right.
Well, that's good, because that was a scare.
It was.
Also, Doug Lane, why the heck do you have a shot of pickle juice back there? I know you have the,
he's got it
treasure
all.
Chest back there of just anything. You just close your eyes and pull it out. But, what are you doing?
Do you know how often you could stop a sentence and add any clause at the back half with Doug Lane, why the heck?
By the way, extra strength pickle juice. What is that, kosher?
Beautiful. Here's J.P. Crawford. Bayo's going to stay in the game. See how it looks here with Crawford. 2-1 Red Sox in the top of the fourth. Mastroboni leading at first. Might be not the worst idea to test him here. He thought about it. Pitch misses outside ball. When Bayo's thinking about his leg and not the runner, Mastroboni bluffed and did not go.
And he went to the four-seamer there. We don't see that a lot. He added it back last year per his request.
Second walk. He was better once he showed it, Bayo. 1-0. Pitch. Crawford fouls it off on the third base side. Still throwing 95. And it's 1-1.
All right. I guess he's good.
He must have had some extra strength pickle juice from Brandon Henry.
That's the secret.
If he can get out of this inning, he'll definitely be in the clubhouse getting treatment and working on that right calf. First things first. 1-1 to Crawford. The pitch. Fouled back. He took a huge rip at a fastball, and it's 1-2. We take 10 seconds. Station ID on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI Studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks, and Joe Castiglione at Fenway Park. 2-1 Red Sox. Runner aboard at first with two down in this top of the fourth. Bayo throws as Mastroboni runs, and a fastball outside Narvaez's throw beats him to the bag. They got him. Inning over. Bayo points to Narvaez, and the Mariners may want to look at this thing. Dan Wilson's got the hand up. They will not look, and they got him. Joe, you got the Red Sox the lead. Now you get to go have fun with your grandkids.
That's it. Thank you very much. Keep that lead now.
That's it.
That's right. It was a pleasure, Joe. Thanks for coming to see us.
All right. Great to see you. We'll see you again soon.
We go back to the bottom of the fourth. 2-1 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
There are two types of golfers, those that can hit solid golf shots wearing sunglasses and those that wish they could. Shadin Precision Eyewear is all about better vision and better golf. If you're lacking confidence to wear sunglasses while hitting golf shots, go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and learn why so many tour players and their caddies have switched to the Shadin brand. Use the code SPRING to get 20% off and a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to see the golf course like you've never seen it before.
In 2009, 3 days before Halloween, a grisly crime stunned the seaport town of Anacortes, Washington.
I can only describe it as evil.
From 48 Hours, this is Trained to Kill, the dog trainer, the heiress, and the bodyguard.
He couldn't control his obsession.
Who was the hunter and who was the hunted? Follow and listen to Trained to Kill on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Introducing the new and improved Mega Millions. Bigger and faster growing jackpots with better odds of winning. Plus, every play includes a randomly generated multiplier that increases all non-jackpot prizes by up to 10 times. More Mega, more Millions. Please play responsibly.
Visit the 99 restaurants the day after the Red Sox win and get a free kids meal with every adult entree purchased. The 99 Restaurant, the official family restaurant of the Boston Red Sox.
This is Christian Campbell. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Christian Campbell to lead it off in the bottom of the fourth inning, 2-1. Red Sox lead the Mariners. We got a pickle juice shot coming from Middlebrooks here. He's got it open. How does it smell?
It smells like pickles, as you would expect.
Weird.
It's extra strength. It is made in Mesquite, Texas. I was born about 25 minutes from there in Greenville, Texas. So it must be salty. I'm taking it right now.
Down the hatch it goes.
It's not bad.
Are your calves feeling looser?
They feel so loose.
Your back needs some help. Here's Christian Campbell. Miller throws, and he takes a strike on the outside corner slider, and it's 0-1. You've been dealing with some big-time back pain of late.
Yeah.
You got a balled-up, support on your chair behind you right now. 0-1, the pitch. Campbell chops it softly to third. If it's fair, it's going to be a hit. It rides the rail and goes foul outside the line. And it is 0-2.
I've had a jacked-up back since there was a play in 2013. David Ross catching. Chris Marmley of the Twins, lefty, was batting. I was shifted over at shortstop. He gets jammed and hits a foul ball over by the entrance of their dugout, the visiting dugout. So I'm hauling, full sprint. I slide into the wall and catch it. David Ross slides into me with his catching gear, smokes me. But it kind of twisted me in a weird way. I did catch it. And I do want to mention, David came out of the game. I stayed in. But my back has never been the same since that day.
0-2 to Christian Campbell. Here's the pitch, and it's on the ground on the right side. Moore, the second baseman's got it. He throws to first, and Campbell is gone. That's like the time that Lou Merlone came to the rescue when Gerald Williams charged Pedro Martinez in Tampa, and he got smoked by Brian Daubach. Concussed, went to the hospital, and like an hour later, here comes Dauber into the ER with him.
Jeez. What? I'm trying to think. We never gotten any terrible brawls. We were in a few.
Well, you didn't have Pedro on your staff all that often, and he would buzz the
John
tower.
Lackey, though.
Yeah, well, that's right. Here's Tristan Casas. Pitch to him, swung on and missed. Slider. Right in the middle of the plate, and it's 0-1.
Lackey would throw up and in on guys. They would chirp him, and he'd say, "There ain't a fence around me. Come on out and visit."
I dare you.
He would. He said, "Come on."
He's not a guy I would visit on the mound. One out, bottom four, 2-1 Red Sox leading the Mariners. 0-1 to Casas. 156 average, the pitch outside. Didn't he start the game after Ortiz hit the grand slam here? Game 3 in Detroit against Verlander.
Yep. Hit the Napoli homer that game.
He was a great playoff pitcher for the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah.
1-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Splitter, and it's 1-2. It's something about certain guys, right? Whether it's Pettit, Livan Hernandez. I shouldn't start with the Yankees, but Schilling, Lackey, Lester. Some guys just lock it in the playoffs.
For sure, they want the ball.
Bumgarner, the 1-2, is low. A splitter, and it's 2-2.
Oh, goodness.
Walker Buehler.
Walker, you know what? He has been really good in the postseason. But there's something special. You know, clutch gene, whatever it is, you just want the ball in the big moment.
Do you know who I want to see in the playoffs? Garrett Crochet.
Please, and thank you.
2-2 to Casas. The pitch is down and in. Curveball, and it's a full count. Now, this is a really interesting spot here because typically Casas does not like to swing 3-2, especially on breaking stuff away from him. One out in the fourth.
He's seen a lot of off-speed here. A lot in this at-bat.
3-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. A slider on the inside corner, and they're 2 away. Some slow, low boos for Casas. And they're hanging with him. 4th strikeout from Miller. That is the 4th inning bell, brought to you by Boston's premier retirement planning specialist, the team at Hackman Wealth Partners. Here's Narvaez, who threw out a runner to end the top of the 4th, now with 2 down in the bottom half, batting, bases empty. The pitch. That was a slider that hung way up and out of the zone, and it's 1-0.
I finished my pickle shot, by the way.
And?
I don't know. I feel pretty good.
Only time I've ever had pickle juice is when it's behind a shot of whiskey. And that's a good look.
Pickleback, right?
I like that. I had a lot of those
Doug?
in Buffalo, New York for some reason. Yeah, Doug's probably got that back there, too. The 1-0 is high in the air into left field. It'll hang up. Arozarena coming on. Bartender shot a jack as Arozarena makes the play. We go to the 5th inning. 2-1 Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Do you know what really went down the night John Belushi died? Or about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's snatch and grab gang and The Rock's nearly 10 arrests? These stories and more are told in the new podcast, Hollywoodland, where true crime and Tinseltown collide. Hollywoodland is hosted by me, Jake Brennan, creator of the award-winning music and true crime podcast, Disgraceland. Follow and listen to Hollywoodland wherever you get your podcasts.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel?
Cool. Good to go to the opera? Good to sit ringside at a boxing match? Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Jeffrey Glassman Injury Attorneys have been Boston's go-to injury attorneys for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you've got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. That's 617-777-7777.
The Christian Arcan Show. Weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Brian Bayo on the mound for the top of the 5th inning. He's okay. The calf has stopped cramping. Maybe he had some pickle juice in the clubhouse between innings. I'm going to have some here in the 5th inning. Yeah. Doug had 2 of them.
Not a babe.
Functional organic beverage, it says.
Functional extra strength pickle juice.
I have a lot. Normally I drink dysfunctional organic beverages. Here's J.P. Crawford. Bayo into the wind he throws. And a slider misses outside for ball 1. I'm cracking it open.
Dysfunctional shouldn't be organic. It smells better than it tastes.
It smells great. I like pickle seeds, too, actually.
Seeds?
Yeah, sunflower seeds. The 1-0.
Oh, yeah.
A strike
those
on the
are
outside
good.
corner. Dill, you know?
Yeah, I like those.
Did you have a go-to? I like the traditional
kettle
best. Kettle cooked.
They're like not as salty, little sweetness to them. Yeah, they're gamers.
I like that. Because after a while, with all that salt, your cheeks get all cut up. Here's a changeup that misses inside to Crawford.
It's not for everybody.
All right, here we go. I'm going to do the first half. 2-1, the pitch. On the ground to second. I might have to do pickleball shots the whole night. Throw to first in time. No cramps here, and there's one away.
We'll do 1 per inning. We won't cramp for a month.
My
Be ready for the
marathon. Have
marathon.
Never felt looser. pretty good, man. I'm pro pickle.
I'm good if it's a little chilled, like it's a little chilly here.
This is
that
a little.
warm
I mean, come on, Doug. It's a
might not be good.
little room temp. You know,
it's all right.
He brought it out of his magic bag.
Pick your poison.
Here's Julio Rodriguez, one down in the fifth. The pitch, foul line drive down the right side, fair ball, and that's going to bang off the wall. Williers got to race in. Julio can fly. He's thinking about second. The ball dives in the outfield, and it's a one-out double. I don't know how that thing stayed fair. He just fisted it inside the line, and the Mariners have the tying run in scoring position with one away.
I mean, off the hands. Like, he was beat. This ball went off his grip. 96 up and in, and it just totally beat J-Rod and finds a way to keep that inside the line for a excuse me double.
That's my fault. I didn't drink pickle before he hit. Here now, Jorge Polanco, who homered his first time, then struck out. 2-1 Red Sox in the fifth. Bayo sets, he throws, and a changeup misses low, and it's 1-0. The splits on Julio are absolutely obscene in terms of early in the season and late. From late June on, he's basically the best hitter in the sport. Here's the 1-0. That's outside. He looks like he doesn't want to mess with Polanco Bayo, and it's 2-0.
Now, I wonder if that's a timing thing or if it's a cold weather thing. Because it warms up before June.
How about this? April and March, his career OPS 650. May 760. June 704. Wait till you hear July, August, and then September.
Double it.
2-0. The pitch is a slider outside.
Also look at Casas. He has really bad starts to seasons as well, and then heats up.
He needs to heat up right now.
Yep.
3-0 to Polanco. I think the pressure is really starting to build on the Red Sox first baseman. I do. 2-1 Red Sox, 3-0. Bayo sets, he throws, and he fires a strike on the outside corner. Sinker, and it's 3-1. 907, 918, 919 the OPS for full months in his whole career.
Wow.
July, September, and August.
I guess my question is, who plays first if Casas doesn't?
Well, that's the great unknown. 3-1. Here's the pitch. That's outside ball four. He just didn't look that interested in giving in, which you can understand. Polanco's their hottest hitter. So now 2-1. Go ahead run at first base, but it doesn't get any easier because here's Cal Raleigh on the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Red Sox check in on the New York Yankees, who are in Cleveland. They trail 3-2 in the bottom of the seventh inning. Nationals pounding the Orioles 5-0. Here's Cal Raleigh, who's doubled and walked. Big spot here. The pitch is a good one, but a little low. A slider beneath the zone. 1-0. That's the trouble, Will, with pitching around Polanco. It doesn't get any easier right here.
That's why you build the lineup the way they do. You know, Bayo has attacked Raleigh so far in this game with a lot of off speed, and then starts this at bat with another slider.
I need a little more pickle juice for sure. Down the hatch, 1-0. Inside, man, change up, and it's 2-0. There is action in the Red Sox bullpen. You got Bernardino up and throwing. Arozarena on deck. This is a really sticky spot here for Bayo. Unlucky with the double to Julio, but then the walk of Polanco, and now 2-0 to Cal Raleigh.
Well, now you're in a bad spot. You go first pitch slider. He spits on it below the zone for a ball. You go second pitch changeup, not competitive. You go 2-0 now. And you know, they're one of their most powerful hitters in their lineup, maybe their best hitter overall, is going to sit dead red on the fastball because it kind of sets them up to have to throw a strike. You don't want to go 3-0 here.
Treacherous time for Bayo. 2 on, 1 out. 2-1 Red Sox for now in the fifth. Here's the 2-0 set and the throw to second, but Julio up for that. He dives back in head first. That is the next step for Bayo. Secondary pitches that are high quality and that get swings. He's really not had his best changeup at all tonight. 2-0 to Raleigh. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He went to a slider and one of the best he's thrown all night.
Yeah, he trusted it after those first two that weren't strikes. Raleigh was right there thinking along with me, he's got to throw me a fastball here. They know how good his sinker is, even though he's not really using it.
2-1. Bayo sets. He throws. Raleigh drives one high in the air to left field, shallow. Duran comes in. He's there to make the play. Change up. And Raleigh maybe a little out in front. Big second out there.
That's the thing with Bayo is his stuff is so good. He needs to be more effective within the strike zone. Everything doesn't have to try to generate chase and swing and miss. Maybe look just more to find some weak contact and get through innings faster.
Truly, they just implore him so often to challenge. He's thrown 90 pitches. Not easy here at all. Here's Randy Arozarena. 2-1, 2 out, 1-run Red Sox lead. Fastball misses inside to Randy. And it is 1-0. Code word of the game is strike zone, fittingly enough. Bayo looking to find the zone here. Strike zone entered in the member portal today. 1-0 the pitch. Arozarena almost hit with a fastball up and in. Ball 2. You got Raley on deck. Certainly Bernardino would come in to face him. Arozarena 0 for 1 hit by a pitch tonight. 3 for 14 in his career against Bayo.
Yeah, Bayo clearly trying to pound him in with the fastball, but he's missing big time arm side.
Such a dangerous hitter. The 2-0 swing and a miss fastball. There you go. He challenged him, and it's 2-1.
That was well executed too. That's 96 on the inner corner. You know, Arozarena's up there trying to do big time damage.
2-1. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch. That's way outside. Changeup easily taken. And it is 3-1. Fenway Park in 26 games, Arozarena's hit 3 home runs. Actually only slugged .454 here, which feels low. Hope that continues. 3-1, strike on the outside corner. Good slider. He's found that in this inning. And it's 3-2. The runners will be off. Infield backs up. Duran closer to the track and the line in left. 3-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he fouled it off on a slider. He just got a piece. Bayo hopping up and down. Good job by Arozarena to stay alive.
Yeah, this was a good one from Bayo. It started in off the plate and worked about 6 inches off the plate. No idea how Arozarena even made contact with that.
So we'll do it again, 3-2. Bayo's 97th pitch coming up. He hopes it's his last. He sets the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Slider, and Bayo is screaming coming off the mound. Vamos, he says. Vamos indeed to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1. Red Sox lead the Mariners in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Every morning brings a fresh, new energy.
This is Today.
And no matter what the day holds, we come to the Today Show for all of it.
When things are tough, we talk about it. And when there's something to figure out, we dig into it. And when there's joy, we celebrate it.
Because today is where it's all happening. We get the best start to every morning because we start it together.
Watch the Today Show with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin, weekdays at 7 a.m. on NBC.
Spring has sprung, Red Sox fans, and baseball's finally back. Make your lawn Fenway Park quality this season with Pennington Grass Seed. As the official lawn care partner of the Boston Red Sox, Pennington knows how to help you grow a lush, healthy lawn. Whether your yard needs a complete transformation or a simple touch-up, Pennington's got the right solution for you. Gear up for spring with Pennington and grow a lawn you can be proud of. Pennington Grass Seed, available at the Home Depot.
If you're shopping for a new car, the choice is simple. Herb Chambers. We offer legendary customer service, the largest inventory in New England, the lowest prices, and the best value. Find out for yourself today at any one of our convenient Herb Chambers locations.
Help Blue Buffalo and Best Friends Animal Society find forever homes for shelter pets. When you buy select bags of Blue Tastefuls, Blue Life Protection Formula, and Blue Nudges dog treats from Walmart, Blue Buffalo will make a donation to Best Friends. Purchase Blue Buffalo at Walmart today. Blue Buffalo will donate 50 cents up to $550,000 to Best Friends Animal Society for every 5-pound bag of Blue Tastefuls dry cat food or Blue Life Protection Formula dry dog food, and for every 16-ounce bag of Nudges dog treats purchased at Walmart from April 1st to May 25th, 2025.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Here we go into the bottom of the fifth inning. Big pitch by Bayo. Here's Cedon. He drives one high and deep and foul down the left field line. I sort of predicted he'd launch there. He did, but over the Coca-Cola sign, foul, and it's 0-1.
Well, that's a strike. He did launch that, though.
You've got Devers in this inning.
I do.
0-1 to Cedon. Duran on deck in the Herb Chambers batting order. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. Breaking ball in the dirt. He did not go around. It's 1-1. Herb Chambers batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers, BMW of Boston, Sudbury, and Medford. You know, Red Sox have done well offensively in large swaths without much from Rafaela. How great it would be if he were hot at the bottom of the order. 1-1. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on and missed. A sinking fastball, and it's 1-2. Will, that's when they were at their best last year. When guys got on base, it flipped over for the terror that was Jarren Duran.
Yeah, and Duran, obviously, I mean, he had an outrageous year. He's yet to get going, and in the words of Will Fleming, hadn't put it in fifth gear yet.
No, he hasn't. I like that you're paying attention. 1-2 to Cedon sometimes. Miller throws. And good take there on a sweeper. It's 2-2. And I think Jarren handled it really well as the leadoff hitter, but it has to help him to take some of the pressure off when guys are on base and the pitcher for once is focusing on somebody else on the base paths.
Absolutely.
2-2 to Cedon. Look out below. Miller throws, and Cedon brushed back with a splitter. That one badly slipped out of his hand, and it's 3-2.
Fenway crowd waking up a little bit, booing Miller for throwing a split finger at him.
Pitch black skies overhead. 3-2. Cedon is ready. Miller throws, and Cedon takes ball 4 up and in. That's a great plate appearance, and it sets the table here in the bottom of the fifth. I know that 2 at-bat sequence for Cedon thrills Alex Cora. A single the other way and a base on balls to lead off the fifth.
Yeah, he's looked really comfortable today. I love the swing to right field his first at-bat, but they're just the patience knowing he's going to get a lot of off-speed.
Get your league leaders and who's circling the drain in just a moment. But here now is Duran. Cedon scampers back to the bag. He stole the bag his first time and scored a run. It's 2-1 Red Sox in the bottom of the fifth. We'll go a little StatCast league leaders today. Barrels percentage per plate appearance, a little wonky, but it is the best hitters in the game. Here's Duran. Cedon thought about it. He's not going. He retreats as a fastball misses high, and it's 1-0. How about this? Aaron Judge, 16% of the time. So too Cal Raleigh, Austin Riley, Adolis Garcia, Ben Rice, Fernando Tatis, Pete Alonso. Oof. It's a good formula. Find the barrel. 1-0. Cedon runs. The pitch is taken outside. No chance to throw him out. Head first slide. Cedon's got another bag, and he's in scoring position with nobody out.
Like, teams really don't run on Cal Raleigh that often, but you're stealing these bags off of Bryce Miller. He's slow to the plate, and he is tipping off when he is about to go to home plate. And these base runners are getting a really good jump.
I think we all know who leads the world in AAA in barrels per plate appearance. That would be Roman Anthony.
Goodness gracious. You can hear it from here.
Chance for Duran right here. Love a barrel. 1-1. Miller throws. Jarren swings and grounds it on the right side. This will be a productive out. Moore's got it. He throws to first. Duran running very hard. Close play, but he's out. That'll do the job. Cedon over to third with one away.
I love that little manufacturing of runs. Hopefully right here, Raffy can drive in another one.
Was that something you learned to do as a kid, or you had to develop in the minor leagues to go the other way?
I mean, what's a kid? In high school, I would learn, a little bit of situational hitting, but yeah, really once we got to pro ball.
So here we go for Devers. Middlebrook saying, if you will it, it is not a dream. The pitch to Devers is high with a fastball, 1-0.
Well, they're probably going to go 2-0 here, see if he'll chase. If not, they probably put him on.
Set up the double play with Bregman on deck. 2-1 Red Sox. Rafaela leading in fair ground at third. You almost never see that. Why? 1-0. Pitch is outside. What's the reason for that? If he hits a hot shot at third, he's out.
He's out. Yeah, that's not smart.
I mean, I know he's a left-handed hitter. Rafi almost never hits it that way, but why not be in foul ground?
Also, it's a straight line's the fastest point, right? So just be in the baseline if you want to get close.
I've never, ever in a big league game, never seen that. 2-0. Devers swings and misses at a fastball, top of the zone, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, and Rafi steps out of the box right there and goes, calm down. Calm down. Because he knew he came out of his shoes when he didn't have to.
Rafi curses at himself in English.
Is that so his parents don't understand him? Or is I know my mom's watching. She would be very disappointed.
2-1. Rafael at third. The pitch is outside. I'm going to have to ask Kyle Hudson about that because he's standing right there.
Yeah, and he's not
sees
telling
it and
him
he's
not
not
to.
correcting him. I don't know. Infield in with 1 out. 2-1 Red Sox. Bottom 5.
Only thing I can think of is maybe he's trying to block the lane for Cal Raleigh to throw behind him. Yeah.
That could be. 3-1 is fouled back. Man, fastball top of the zone. That was the one for your 2-run homer. He is furious with himself. He takes the helmet off, and it's 3-2.
That's when you know Rafi's starting to feel better, though. Yes. He starts getting angry with himself on pitches he knows he should have launched.
I love his body language when he's feeling good. 3-2. Here it is. Devers takes ball 4. He does it again. His second walk of the game, his 20th of the season. Sort of the intentional, unintentional walk. And with runners at the corners, here comes Alex Bregman. But first, Pete Woodforth, the Mariner pitching coach.
Yeah, the more I watch Cedon at third, I think that's 100% what it is. Raleigh has such a good arm. He's trying to get in that throwing lane to disrupt any type of back pick from Raleigh to third baseman there. But still, let's say Rafi catches one deep right there. It costs you a run if it hits you.
Bullpen report is brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. New England Metal Roofing.com. A familiar friend, Edward Bizzardo, is up in the Mariners bullpen. Broke into the big leagues with the Red Sox back in 21. And he is up, and I think probably to face Trevor Story. Miller has thrown 89 pitches, and again, as great as the Mariners staff is, early in this year, they really have not gone deep in games. So now, a big opportunity for Alex Bregman. He doubled in a run his last time, again trying to protect Devers. First and third for Bregman. Miller sets. He throws. Bregman takes strike on the inside corner. He's done that a couple times. Begin the at-bat with a slider to Bregman.
Yeah, and he's just not coming off of his plan. If he's not getting the pitch he's looking for, that four-seam fastball, you know, and he's faced him a lot, hadn't had a lot of success, and maybe he's looking for a certain thing.
0-1. First and third, they lead. The pitch. Swinging out, drive into the gap, and left center field. That's down for extra bases. Cedon scores. Rafi coming to third. He's going to be waved home. Rodriguez to Crawford. Relay. Not in time. Bregman on the throw. Over to third with a foot first slide. 2-run double. And it's 4-1 Red Sox.
So I guess that's why he took the first pitch cookie slider down the middle. He's looking for the fastball, and he gets it and barrels a one-hop laser beam to left center. And by the way, he wasn't done there. He reached the throw coming from J.P. Crawford home and moves up the extra base, which is huge with 1 out.
So 2 doubles and 3 driven in for Bregman, 9 on the season. And again, that is just wonderful protection of Devers.
How many hitters hit the 2-run double and they're doing their celebration at second base because they're fired up, they got a big hit? Not Bregman.
That's such a great point. So here is Story trying to blow it open. 4-1 Red Sox. Story has grounded to third and struck out infield in with a 3-run Red Sox lead. Miller sets. He throws, and Trevor swings and drives one high and deep down the left field line, and it is Just foul. Wow, that was launched. Just hooked outside the Fisk pole by about 5 feet. That thing was way out of here.
What is that penalty? 2 minutes for hooking?
Probably
it was about
5-minute major to me for
foul, but who's measuring?
Overreacting. That thing was crushed. 0-1 to Story. I don't think he'll get that pitch again. Infield in pitch outside. Apologies to small animals and children across New England. Thought that thing was at the cask and flagon.
Well, it might have hit someone on the David Ortiz Bridge over there. Just past the cask.
Demolished. 1-1 to Story. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up into shallow center field. Bregman will tag at third. He's going nowhere. Rodriguez comes in. Makes the play. 2 down. That foul ball went 395 feet. Launched at 106 miles an hour off the bat. Smoked. And here comes Wilyer Abreu. You know, it is everything the Red Sox brought Bregman here for. The swing, the base running, the awareness. But, you know, as Devers has gotten so much more patient, he's walked a couple times tonight, 20 overall, that will just encourage him to do it even more.
Well, it's going to encourage guys to give Raffy better pitches to hit when they know they have that looming.
Even more the point. Here's Wilyer. Bregman at third, the pitch. By an outside, a fastball, and it's 1-0.
And here comes the wave. Your favorite.
You know, a little early for that.
When's the right time? 7th?
First of all, yes, later is good. I also think it should be when the other team is hitting.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
1-0. Leave your hitters alone. The pitch is outside corner for a strike. Look, I'm not trying to be the fun police. People can do whatever they want.
Yeah, sure.
But I really think, come on, just wait till they hit maybe in the 8th inning when it's 10-1. 1-1. Bregman at third. 2 runs in, 4-1 Sox. The pitch. That's strike on the outside corner. I think Abreu has been hurt by missed calls more than any hitter other than Casas.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, he hit 2 borderline ones this at bat that are just off the corner. But to your point, not a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Wave continues to go. Just don't be in center field when the pitch comes home. It is. The 1-2 is outside. He couldn't call that a strike, and it's 2-2. Fresh berries are bountiful. I really should channel my inner Lou Merlone. Fresh berries are bountiful. And now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. 2 get 1 free. Strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. Blackberries, 2. 2-2 to Abreu. 4-1 Sox. The pitch is outside. Another good take, and it's 3-2. I don't think Miller will be allowed to face Campbell, who's on deck. He's thrown 99 pitches.
He got Abreu to fly out on a good split last at bat. He's been throwing him a lot of fastballs here.
3-2 to Wilyer. Pitch is high, ball 4. So he has walked 3 in this inning, and you would think that would do it for him. It will. Here comes Dan Wilson, and they will make the pitching change. Well, you can do the wave all you want now. Bottom 5. 4-1 Red Sox lead. Campbell's going to try to blow it open when we come back. Pickle juice coming up after this on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, your New England Ford dealers remind you that this is the perfect time to check out all their great Ford truck offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on Ford F-150, built Ford tough and smarter than ever. The legendary Super Duty, our most capable heavy-duty pickup, and the turbocharged Ranger, ready for your next adventure. Visit buyfordnow.com and see why now's the time to buy or lease your new Ford truck.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Edward Bizzardo, who debuted with the Red Sox in 2021. If he's a Chapel Roan fan, he comes on to Pink Pony Club as the Red Sox have him at the corners. Christian Campbell with 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. That's going to be an anthem apparently at Fenway this year, along with Mr. Brightside. Fans do get very much into it. So here now, Christian Campbell against Bizzardo. 29 years old from Maracay in Venezuela. Pitched parts of 2 seasons with the Red Sox before going to the Orioles and then the Mariners in 23.
Yeah, he's going to feature a slider, a four-seamer, and a sinker.
He has not pitched great this year. Here's Campbell. The pitch to him is way outside a slider. Ball 1. He wants to attack Campbell one-on-one, right on right. You got the lefty Casas on deck. 1st and 3rd, 1-0 to KC. Pitch. Ooh, he'd like that one back. Actually at the bottom of the zone. Slider looked a little loopy, but it did clip sort of at the knees, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, that's something I've been impressed with Campbell is maybe getting a pitch he wants to swing at, but then realizing the location and letting off the gas.
1-1. Runner goes. Pitch is low. Raleigh's throw is not in time. Wow, I thought they had him. Abreu better be safe there. Raleigh made a really good one-hop throw. We'll see if the Mariners want to look. And they will not. That's a great slide to the outfield side for Abreu.
The throw beat him initially. The ball gets to the glove. It was a good jump, but Raleigh got rid of it and got a great arm.
Wow.
But he slid on the center field side of the bag. We get a good look right here, Will.
Wow.
Wow. All the way around. The tag went down on his lower leg.
Pitch was swung on and missed. So now 1-2 to Campbell. 2nd and 3rd. Pitch is just outside and low. A slider. And it's 2-2. He's only thrown him sliders here. Bizzardo.
Yeah, that's his main pitch. He throws it well over 40% of the time. He will go up with the fastball.
2-2. They lead at 2nd and 3rd. 4-1. The pitch is swung on a miss. Awkward at a slider. Rarely see that from Campbell. And the inning is over. Red Sox do get a couple on a Bregman double. After 5, Red Sox 4, Mariners 1 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Kenny Planton te roba la diversión con Bob Esponja y sus amigos. Ven a Mall Plaza Cali y diviértete con Nickelodeon Héroes del Mar. Del 3 al 27 de abril. La entrada gratuita va de parte del Fondo de Bikini. Te esperamos.
Every morning brings a fresh, new energy.
This is Today with
And no matter what the day holds, we come to the Today Show for all of it.
When things are tough, we talk about it. When there's something to figure out, we dig into it. And when there's joy, we celebrate it.
Because today is where it's all happening. We get the best start to every morning because we start it together.
Watch the Today Show with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin, weekdays at 7 a.m. on NBC.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
hey Google, cool down my car.
And,
hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the Nissan Rogue. Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Available on Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. MSRP for base models. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual price.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Justin Wilson is the man on the mound for the Red Sox. Pitching change, and this slowdown in action is brought to you by Izervay. And the Mariners are going to pinch hit with Donovan Solano against the lefty Wilson. Good return for Brian Bay. It wasn't always sharp, but made big pitches when he had to. Got some great defense behind him. So 5 innings, only 1 run allowed on 4 hits for Bayo in his return. Here now, Wilson, who's been really good over 9 outings, facing Solano, longtime Yankee, swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's 0-1.
Solano just 3 for 30 to start his 2025. Inconsistent at bats.
Solano then supposedly Tellez, although they look like they're going to pinch hit for him too. Ground ball to third. Bregman's got it. He throws to first in time. And there's one away. You know, we did notice that Cedon, once Devers reached base and Bregman came up, he started to lead in foul ground again, which, you know, makes sense with the right-handed hitter up. But you must be exactly right. He must have been inside the line to make it a harder throw for Raleigh.
Raleigh is known, I mean, with his cannon of an arm, to throw behind runners. So that's literally all they're doing is combating that. And when a catcher sees that, he's not going to make that throw, because if it hits you and bounces ricochets, that's an easy run.
So here's Ben Williamson, which I think in a lot of ways is a victory for the Red Sox to get Tellez out of the game the way he's swinging it. Right-handed hitter against Wilson. The pitch is low. Cut fastball, and it's 1-0. It seems pretty obvious at this phase of the season, the Red Sox want Wilson in the high leverage spot. They had Bernardino up to maybe get out of a Bayo jam, but they want clean innings in big spots from Wilson. 1-0 is fouled back to the screen, a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 1-1.
You know, they like Wilson's fastball. It plays against both righties and lefties. That's what makes him special. Is doesn't really matter if they pinch hit and bring up the righty to face him. The fastball up in the zone works against both hitters.
He's got an electric fastball still, the 1-1. Just low with a cutter, and it's 2-1. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Red Sox. 2-1 is low. Fastball. And it's 3-1. Raffy now leads the American League with 20 walks. And guess what? He's produced tonight. On base twice, sac fly. Great night at the plate. 3-1. Inside. You know, Will, fans were understandably a little concerned after some of the struggles the Red Sox faced in Chicago against the Blue Jays here. They didn't get the clutch hit, but to be where they were after those first couple of road trips, given that the big hitters really had not produced in Devers and Casas and even Duran, they had to feel really good about it and more optimistic now that they seem to be turning a corner.
Yeah, for sure. And it's interesting to see that they have the second best record in the AL in April. You know?
It's a crowded bunch of parity. Fastball comes home, but it was that a pitch clock violation? It was on Wilson. He did not deliver before the clock went to 0.
So the Sox 12-7 in April coming into today. Detroit 13-6. That was the one above them in those standings. The 4th best record in April in all of Major League Baseball. I wouldn't have thought that.
1-0 is a strike on the inside corner. They called that a splitter on the board. I don't know about that from Wilson. And it's 1-1. Dylan Moore twice grounded out.
So he has a splitter? He's only thrown it 2% of the time this season.
Good time for it there. 1-1. He doubled up on it, missed with the ball, and it's 2-1. There's NBA playoff action going on right now. Oklahoma City leading Memphis 70-52 at the half. I sort of think the Celtics are going to see OKC in the NBA Finals.
Yep.
I know the TV execs would like the Lakers.
Obviously.
I mean, it'd be really fun, actually. 2-1 outside. Luka and LeBron at the Garden. And remember, the Celtics went there and absolutely demolished them about 6 weeks ago. But I mean, I think that's the dream scenario for the NBA. 3-1. Got to be careful here, does Wilson. He steps off. He and Narvaez at the moment not on the same page. And Joe Braverman tells us that unsurprisingly, Peyton Pritchard did win 6th Man of the Year. How awesome was he right from opening night? I mean, he hadn't hit a half-court shot in the playoffs yet, but awesome.
His time will come.
3-1 is a strike on the outside corner. My belief is, I know that Tatum is dealing with something. If that wrist is a big deal, obviously that changes everything. But if he's okay, I think as long as Porzingis is healthy, no one is beating the Celtics. 3-2. Foul on the first base side.
Did you see Mazzulla yelling at Tatum when he went down with the raise? Like, get up! He told the trainer, don't go. He held the trainer back. I'm like, dude, that's your best player. That's one of the best players in the game. And he's yelling, get up! He's a complete psychopath, and I love it.
Well, the players love him, too.
I love it.
I think he might change his tone if he'd known what was going on. The 3-2 is fouled back to the screen. That was a fastball in the inside corner. And it's 3-2. 4-1 Red Sox in the top of the sixth. The Mariners have a runner aboard with one out. By the way, Joe Braverman, we were talking about your back injury. He sent us the collision between you and David Ross. 3 balls and 2 strikes. From Wilson to Moore. Pitch. Low, ball 4. So consecutive walks. That's a no-no to bring the tying run to the plate in the form of, well, it was going to be Miles Mastrobuoni, but now the Mariners will pinch hit again. Let's see who this right-handed hitter is. Dan Wilson's going all in right now. I think it might be Leo Rivas, the switch hitter. It is. So he'll hit for Mastrobuoni. Anyway, as Andrew Bailey comes to the mound to talk things over with Wilson, that will get action going to the Red Sox bullpen. Looks like Greg Weissert. My only issue with that video is that it said Ross's injury.
Yeah. I didn't want to lose my job, so I'm like, it hurt, but at the same time, I'm like, I got to stay in the game.
So he's the guy who left, so it is technically, I guess, his injury.
Yeah, I stayed in.
But it's stayed with you.
Yeah, well, I still feel it 12 years later.
Wilson feeling a little pressure here. 4-1 Red Sox. 2 on, 1 out. Weissert getting ready in a hurry. I think certainly he'll have Julio Rodriguez if it gets there. Here's Rivas, the switch hitter. About right against Wilson. Then Crawford, the lefty, on deck. Wilson likely to get him. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Casas is coming in at first. Wouldn't you be stunned if Rivas even thought about bunting in this spot?
Yeah, I would. He's only got 13 at bats. He got called back up on the 9th.
0-1. That's way high with a slider. 1-1. Wilson right now is not sharp.
No, when he doesn't have his fastball, he's in a bad spot because he lives and dies with that pitch. Everything else plays off of it.
They cannot get Weissert ready soon enough. Pitch is inside a splitter, and it is 3-1. This is starting to unfortunately feel a lot like Zach Kelly the other night, loading the bases without a hit.
And he's just not throwing his fastball. I know he's not feeling it, but got to throw a strike.
2-1 is in the dirt. I mean, that's a cutter. You're right. He is a man on an island without that heater, and it is 3-1. Kelly went down to AAA today, by the way, when Bayo was activated. Alex Cora said the message was simple. You're too good to throw this many balls. Trust your stuff. Big pitch here, 3-1 to the pinch-hitting Rivas with 2 on and 1 out. Wilson sets, he throws, and a chopper toward third. Bregman comes in, he gloves, he will throw to first in time. Very nicely done. He is a human eraser at the hot corner, and they're 2 away.
I mean, thank you, Mr. Rivas.
Yep.
Right? Even if that was borderline strike, then you take it to full count and get yourself another pitch, but that did Justin Wilson a big favor.
Yeah, if you're going to swing there, you have to find something better to hit.
Yeah.
I'll take it. That's been the thing for these Mariners. So many years in a row, not enough offense. J.P. Crawford looking to change that. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike on the outside corner. That was a real fortunate call. That looked to be a couple balls off the plate, but it's 0-1 to Crawford. 4-1 Red Sox. Top 6. They lead at second and third. The pitch. Line drive, and that's going to dump in for a base hit. That's going to score a pair. Gets past Rafaela Duran, backs it up, and throws to the cutoff man. 2-run blue pit for J.P. Crawford. And Wilson's walk trouble hurts the Red Sox in this 6th. The lead is to 1.
Kind of felt like he didn't deserve to get out of that, the way he was throwing the baseball. And Sometimes the baseball gods do that, right? Dunk in a little blooper when you make a good pitch. And there's the 2 runs.
Well, and, walks always hurt, especially when you have a 3-run lead, but certainly to the bottom of the order. Yep. And that really hurts here. How about this for Greg Weissert? Here comes Julio Rodriguez to face Greg. 4-3 the score now. Bullpen's been great for the Red Sox, but a couple of stumbles the last few days. 1-run lead. Weissert on after this on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
Do you suffer from projectile dysfunction? That's when there's something stuck in your drains and pipes causing a backup. It can happen to the best of us, and Drains by James can get you unclogged and feeling free again. Projectile dysfunction can be serious if not treated right away. It will impact things at home, and you'll wonder why you didn't take care of it sooner. Go to drainsbyjames.com. Drains by James. They give a poop about your pipes.
Big spot here for Greg Weissert facing Julio Rodriguez. Red Sox with a 4-3 lead now. A couple of walks burn the Sox in this inning, and a real high leverage spot here for Weissert, who has been fantastic.
He made that mistake to Luis Robert, right? That backup slider, which ended up pushing that game to extra innings. But outside of that, Weissert's been really good since he went down to Worcester last season and then came back in September, late August. He's been really good since then. Made some little changes to mechanics, throwing on the other side of the rubber, shortened up the slider a little bit and throwing more strikes.
Well, here's a dangerous spot in Julio Rodriguez. He's got 3 home runs in this season. Not hit for a bunch average, but always lethal. Pitch to him is inside, a sinking fastball. And it's 1-0. The Red Sox trying to find truly consistent left-handed pitching in their bullpen. Hard not to think about how good Cam Boozer looked over the weekend here.
Oof.
1-0 to J-Rod. Tying run at first. The pitch low. Sinking fastball, and it's 2-0. Justin Slayton made his big league debut last year in Seattle in extra innings against Julio Rodriguez.
That was a walk-off,
He
right?
broke his back with a blooper in the center field. Not quite the same stakes here for Weissert, but behind him 2-0. Here's the pitch. Up and in. Narvaez throws behind. Very close. That would have been huge. Just back to the bag was Crawford. Crawford has 1 steal this year. Not a huge lead. 3-0 to Julio. Pitch. Bluffs bunt, takes a strike on the inside corner. That's just pure gamesmanship. And it's 3-1.
You don't really see it much in the big leagues, though. Guys wiggling the bat around, trying to make him throw a ball.
3-1. Pitch. That is a ball. Could have been called a strike. Narvaez wanted it. But the Red Sox have not thrown a lot of strikes in this inning. I don't think the home plate umpire, Alfonso Marquez, really conditioned to call that a strike. So now that's the 3rd walk of the inning, and the Mariners have the tying run at second, go-ahead run at first, and here's a man who's already homered in the game, their hottest hitter, Jorge Polanco. Wow. Teetering right now.
Yeah, you really needed Weissert to get the right-handed batter and Julio Rodriguez out, who is struggling. But now you got to face a tough lefty.
2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and missed. Change-up. He was sitting fastball out in front. It's 0-1.
The change-up's been good for Weissert. We saw it in Tampa a couple times where it was very good. But he's got to establish that fastball if he wants that change-up to be effective.
Homer, strikeout, and a walk for Polanco. 4-3 in the 6th. Weissert looks to second. He throws, and a fastball misses outside. It's 1-1. It doesn't get any easier on deck. Cal Raleigh waits there. Right arm dangles now into his red glove for Weissert. 1-1. Big pitch here. Comes home, and he missed. Slider. It's 2-1. The Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout, $50 to the Jimmy Fund. I think the Red Sox would give $5,000 right here for a punch out. Behind Polanco, 2-1. Very tricky spot. Weissert throws, and Polanco takes a ball. That was low, a sinker. And the Red Sox just have not thrown enough strikes in this inning.
Not even close to enough strikes, really. It's been a lot of non-competitive pitches.
Buckle up here. 3-1 to Polanco. 2 on, 2 out. Weissert throws. Polanco drives one high into left field. Duran back in front of the wall. Does have room in front of the Mason sign. He is there to make the play. And somehow, the Red Sox stay in front. 4-3. Bottom 6 is next. The Sox will have Casas, Narvaez, and Rafaela in the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. It's Brian Green from the Commercial Break Podcast. It's likely you've heard of the show if you're directly related to me or you follow our MySpace page. But I'm not here to talk to those 3 listeners. I'm here to appeal to people who haven't heard the show. Along with my co-host, Kristen Joy Hoadley, we're taking a deeper look at the topics that are affecting our youth today. Like, who are the people who are dating ghosts? Where did all these pickup artists come from? And why doesn't my preacher have a nicer private jet? We understand that these are the issues you really want to get to the bottom of. The Commercial Break is now available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
Just like our hometown legends of the Diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars. We help people buy them.
Fresh berries are bountiful and now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Hey, it's Joe. Today through Thursday, buy 2, get 1 free on 1 pound strawberries, pint blueberries, 6-ounce raspberries, or blackberries. Yes, it's a very good sale. Pick 2 of your favorite berries and get a 3rd free. Lowest priced item is free. Short on time, order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Fresh berries are ripe and ready. Hurry in and save. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
Here's comedian Howie Mandel for hands-free Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins.
Yeah, I'm holding a new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-in sneaker, and first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins, the latest comfort creation from Skechers. You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Hi, this is Tristan Casas. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Back for the bottom of the 6th, Tristan Casas facing Eduard Bazardo. 4-3 the score. Big pitch there for Greg Weissert to get Polanco to fly out to left. I wouldn't say the Mariners, in spite of the gifts the Red Sox have given them, they've not had the greatest offensive approach tonight. Tough swings and hitters counts, but that's the way it goes. Williamson is now at 3rd, Solano at 1st. Rivas is the 2nd baseman.
They tack on a run or 2 here, and then it looks like Garrett Whitlock warming up.
Love it. Here is Casas, swing and a miss at a slider, and it's 0-1. We'll have to look at this. You know, Savant tracks this sort of stuff. First pitch swing rate for Casas this year has got to be way up.
Which I feel like they asked him to do that, right?
Yeah.
But it's not working.
Joe Braverman's in a little bit of a tizzy back at the flagship WEEI. 0-1. The pitch is a ball, a slider. We take 10 seconds for station ID. Shaws and Star Market, Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
1-1 to Casas. Pitch is outside. Hopefully that calmed Braverman down. It missed outside. And it's 2-1.
Tizzy.
Yeah. I do sound 75. 4-3 Red Sox lead. I sounded 13 on the Story foul and 75 on that. 2-1 is a little bit outside. We're just appealing to all. Voice cracking and...
Well, maybe you're still growing.
I mean, maybe. I hope not.
If 6'7" isn't enough.
Planes are already no fun.
Oh, I get to sit next to you. That's my seat. I'm assigned that seat and only that seat next to the 7-footer.
If I ever fall asleep, you have to do like hurdles over me. 3-1 is low, ball 4. So Casas will take the walk.
Which I do.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Spider crawl over the seats.
Like the balance beam. For Tristan, that's only his 7th walk of the year. That's not him either. But that's a good spot for it. He'll take it. And here comes Carlos Narvaez. See, Joe just keeps on asking for more things back from EEI. He wants a Subaru scoreboard. We'll get it to you in a second. Here's Narvaez. The pitch is a strike. He's been given that pitch off the plate into righties away from lefties. It's 0-1.
I'm starting to think all these reads are paying Joe's salary.
Trust me, they're not. They should be. 0-1 is a check swing. Did he go? I thought so. They appeal, and no. All right. So a slider in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Narvaez tonight is lined out to short and fly to left. Checking on the Yankees in a minute. Tampa Bay and the Blue Jays also in action. Separate games. 1-1 to Narvaez. Pizarro looking over his shoulder. He throws, and Carlos, a little, ground ball on the left side to shortstop. Crawford only played a first in time as hit so softly. Carlos is retired. And there's one away.
A little check swing there. You don't want to throw your bat away like that's the worst. You check swing like you dribble one into the infield. And you're like, come on.
That drives you crazy, doesn't it? Here's Cedon, who has looked so good tonight. Maybe one of his moments right here. Runner at second with one out. Cedon waits. Pizarro throws. Cedon fouls it back. Man, that slider was just up high enough. I think 4 inches lower, that thing is way gone.
Hitters like to say, well, in the backup breaking balls like that, if that pitch did what it was supposed to do, I'd launch.
0-1. Casas leading at second. 4-3 Boston. The pitch is a swing and a miss. He was looking for another slider, wasn't he? Fastball inside, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, another awkward check swing on a sinker from Pizarro. It's like it comes out hot. It's 95, 96, but it has that really late action into righties.
0-2 to Cedon. Pitch is a little blooper in a shallow right field. That thing's going to dunk down for a hit. I don't know why Casas is waiting between second and third, but he advances over, and the Red Sox have him at the corners. I don't think he's going to score anyway, but that's a bad read by Casas.
I don't know that he doesn't score there. I know he's being careful and making sure that's down, but and I will tell you, from up here, we have a much better angle. Sometimes on the field, you can't tell the depth and how close the fielder is to it. But that one kind of looked like it was destined for grass the whole time.
Can't you tell with your ears, too?
Well, I mean, you know it's mishit the way it comes off the bat. You know it's not going to be a routine fly ball. You just don't know if that fielder's getting to it or not.
Well, now Casas is leading in fair territory again, so it is Raleigh's arm they're worried about. Cedon leads at first. The pitch to Duran is a check swing. Did he go? No. Slider in the dirt. I think with a little more speed at third, this would be a spot where you'd think about Duran bringing one with him down the first base line, but not here.
Yeah, also, Casas isn't getting big enough lead to worry about a back pick. I worry about Duran hitting a ball that way.
No kidding. He thinks that way as they throw to first. Cedon back to the back. It's sort of like risk reward.
Raleigh's not throwing behind Tristan Casas.
No.
He's not worried about him blazing down the line and getting a massive lead. The third baseman's close enough to hold him on.
1-0 to Duran. The pitch is a breaking ball down and in. This is what we were talking about earlier, Will, where there's pressure on the pitcher. He's worried about Rafaela at first. He knows he's in hot water. Duran doesn't get these chances all that often. Maybe he can cash it in.
Well, with Rafaela's threat to steal, it probably buys him a fastball here.
2-0. The pitch is a bluffed bunt. He takes it outside. Slider, and
Another
it's 3-0.
slider. You know, if you're that worried about a base stealer and that type of count after where you want to throw a strike, You would think fastball would be the play there, but they do not want to give Duran that pitch.
Well, you'd think so here, too. I don't want to walk him with Devers on deck. 3-0.
Green light him.
Bizzardo ready. He throws. Jaron takes a strike on the inside corner. That was a good pitch. Fastball, and it's 3-1.
You can really see that late action on the two-seamer from Bizzardo. That looked like it was well inside to Duran and then bites back to the corner.
And Jaron is wide-eyed right now. First and third they lead, 3-1. Throw to first. Rafaela dives back in. You think he might go here?
Yeah, I do.
Even with Devers on deck?
Yep. They've had very good success stealing bases today.
Jaron has tripled, struck out, and grounded to second. Shifted double play depth. 3-1, not going. The pitch is low, ball four. They do walk Duran. He would not throw him a fastball. And now, here we go. The bases are loaded for Rafi.
Things I love to hear you say. There's a lot I love to hear you say, but that is near the top of the list.
Another night we'll make that full list. Here comes Devers. He's had some big swings against these Mariners, including his first career home run. Launched one on the opening night last year. He's looked great at the plate tonight. The pitch, swing, and a foul back 95 miles an hour. And it is 0-1.
Cuidado. Is that how they say it? Is that right?
Not bad.
Cuidado.
Cuidado.
Cuidado, por favor.
Careful.
Se fue lejos, por favor.
Telemundo. 0-1 to Devers. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Man, dotted fastball. And it is 0-2.
Rafi sold out to the breaking ball there and got the old sinking 95-mile-per-hour heater painted on the corner.
Sack fly and 2 walks. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Outside. Fastball. And it's 1-2.
Now, we've been sitting up here doing a lot of games this year. When they go that hard fastball up and away, it's changing their eye levels for what, Willie?
Slider down and in.
Down and in. There it is.
1-2. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch, and it is lined into center field. It'll hang up. Rodriguez comes in. Casas tagging at third. He will not come home. J-Rod with a big arm in center. Rafi scorched it, but into the defense, and they're 2 away.
He got the slider from Bizzardo, trying to go down and in with it. Left it hanging over the bottom portion of the plate, but in the middle of the zone. And Rafi just hit it too good. Right at J-Rod.
You know, it's really interesting. I know it's early in the game. Alex Cora rarely does this kind of thing. I wonder whether there was any thought to pinch run Romy over there at third. 4-3 Red Sox. Here's Bregman, the pitch. Swinging a drive high into left field toward the seats and the line, but it will stay fair. Arozarena there to make the play, and the Red Sox leave the bases loaded in the 6th. 4-3 Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Rhett.
And I'm Link.
And we're the hosts of the podcast Ear Biscuits. We're just 2 lifelong friends who've been talking about life for a long time.
From being dads to businessmen to all the random things we experience, nothing is off limits.
And now we're talking to you. We're answering your questions, giving advice that you may or may not want to take, and listening to your hilarious stories.
So leave us a voicemail to be part of the show at
1-888-EARPOD-1 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now back to Number 1 Fan, the search for the top Sox diehard.
I have a tattoo of every Sox logo since 1908. Want to see?
I know every batter's walk-up song.
My husband proposed, and then a foul ball broke my nose. It was perfect.
Sound familiar? Enter MassMutual's Grand Slam giveaway for a shot at tickets and signed gear. For rules and entry, visit massmutual.com/Red Sox. No purchase necessary. 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 plus ends 5 p.m. Eastern on 9/30. Grand prize entry period through 7/31/2025.
And now your Live Nation lineup. Don't miss Crime Junkie Podcast Life Rule number 10 tour on Saturday, May 3rd at Agganis Arena. Isabel La Rosa brings her Psycho Pomp tour to Paradise Rock Club presented by Citizens Friday, May 9th. Parliament Funkadelic featuring George Clinton returns to Citizens House of Blues on May 18th. And celebrate 20 years of Block Party. Silent Alarm and Hits at MGM Music Hall at Fenway on Friday, May 30th. For upcoming shows, tickets, and information, visit livenation.com.
Hi, this is Garrett Whitlock. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Garrett Whitlock is on, presumably to get 6 outs here. We're in the top of the 7th. Red Sox lead the Mariners 4-3. Whitlock has pitched in 8 games and been great. 2.13 ERA, really just one blow-up. 17 strikeouts in 12 2/3, and he's coming off 2 utterly dominant outings. 2 great innings against the Rays, and then a shutout frame here against the White Sox. He'll face Cal Raleigh right out of the chute. 1-run lead. Whitlock throws, and that's a beautiful slider that is called a ball. That's a bad miss by Alfonso Marquez. That got a lot of the plate.
Yeah, this is just power versus power here. Whitlock and the big dumper.
Alex is not happy about that call.
Yeah, they got every bit of the strike zone.
1-0. Another great changeup. That one is called a strike. That's the pitch, Will. The power fastball from Whitlock sets up everything, but he's had that great 2021 changeup the last few times.
It's been phenomenal, but he's also been pounding the zone with the fastball.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Foul, I should say, on a slider. And it's 1-2.
As a batter, when you know you're facing a guy with a dominant fastball, you have to respect it. And that's why you see the swings you see on the changeup.
1-2 to Raleigh, who's walked, doubled, and flied to left. Pitch fouled on the first base side. Frustrating night at the plate for the Mariners. Raleigh flied to left with runners at first and second in the 5th. Then they had the same situation in the 6th inning when Polanco flied out. So scuffling with runners in scoring position. One and 2. Pitch just outside. He showed him the fastball. 2-2. They're 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position is Seattle. Sox 3 for 14. Not a lot of clutch hitting in this one. 2-2. Pitch. Slider outside. Of course, that doesn't always tell the full story. Raffy just smoked the ball to center field. It was caught. I think the Red Sox have had better at-bats, say, than in the Rangers series or other times when they scuffled.
Yeah, I'd agree.
3-2 to Raleigh. Pitch. High fly into center field. Rafael is just so smooth out there. He comes in easily there to make the play. 1 down.
That's a big out to start the inning, right? Cal Raleigh is just, we know the threat he is with the bat, and it doesn't matter who he's facing. Garrett Whitlock was careful there, but made pitches when he needed to.
Here's Randy Arozarena, second in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers, Bentley, Boston, Lamborghini, Boston, and Rolls-Royce Motor Cars of New England. 1 out. Here's Arozarena, always a threat to tie the game. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He was trying to there, and it's 0-1.
You ever drive a Lamborghini?
I have not. I'm sure you have.
I know I haven't.
It'd be fun.
I don't know if you would fit.
Tommy Pham used to have this black matte Lamborghini that he'd park outside Fenway Park. 0-1.
Is that a Lambo or a Ferrari?
I thought it was. Listen, I guess I don't really know.
Tomato, right?
Lambo, Ferrari, tomato. 0-2 is a sinker.
300,000 is 300,000, I guess.
0-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a great slider. That is quick work of Arozarena, and they're 2 down.
That was filthy, right? And that's the point where you see these hitters, these good hitters, take ugly swings at off-speed pitches from Garrett Whitlock because they have to be ready for the gas. And no chance. He missed that by a foot.
Here's Donovan Solano. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line to put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Pitch is a little bit off the plate. Sinker, and it's 1-0 to Solano. Yankees lost tonight, 3-2. They fall to 14-10 now, so the Sox within a game of them. 1-0. Slider on the corner. It's too early to talk standings, but the Yankees are always on the mind.
Well, you never want to just get super far behind the front of the division.
1-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider. This is more nastiness from Whitlock, and it's 1-2. 13 pitches, 9 strikes.
Like way more off-speed today from everyone from the Red Sox. Maybe that's the book here against the Mariners, is they hit the fastball well. They've done a lot of damage on the road against fastballs.
Well, more on that in just a moment. 1-2. The pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen. Remember, last year, Andrew Bailey comes over, and the world was talking about how much spin the Red Sox threw in their first week. They played the Mariners, and they did not throw many fastballs at all.
Right.
1-2. 2 outs, bases empty in the 7th. 4-3 Red Sox lead. Pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle, over the mound, backhanded by Campbell. He circles around, double clutch throw to first, just in time, picked off the turf by Casas.
Nice pick by Casas right there.
The inning is over. He corralled it. We go to the 7th inning stretch at Fenway. 4-3 Red Sox in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Spring is the season to find stuff. We're not going there. We're going here at findmassmoney.gov to see if you have money coming to you that you may not even know about. See if your name's on the list at findmassmoney.gov.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
What up, fellow Gen Xers? Elizabeth Banks here. As the original Latchkey kids, we took things into our own hands, like house keys and video game controllers. And now it's time for us to do it again, because the recommended age to get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. We're at over 6 times greater risk compared to adults under 50. So go to vaxassist.com and schedule. Gen X, this is our shot. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Trent Thornton takes over for the Seattle Mariners as Trevor Story walks to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. Still 4-3 Red Sox.
I could sort of let you do play-by-play for Trevor Story's home run that's coming. Since last time my voice cracked when he hit a deep foul. Trent Thornton, longtime Blue Jay. Whoa, look out. Fastball up and in. As the tower. 1-0. We've seen Trevor respond to things like that this year with big swings. He does not take kindly to that. Even as mild-mannered as he is. 4-3 Red Sox. Mariners third pitcher on the mound. Trevor is grounded out, struck out, and flied to deep center field.
See if Thornton throws him a sweeper here off of that fastball up and in.
1-0. Fastball right there. I think he was probably guessing along with you, and it's 1-1.
A lot of times pitchers like to go up and in just to get your attention and get you off that breaking ball, which Trevor's been hitting really well so far in 2025.
Thornton's pitched pretty well in 11 games for the Mariners. The 1-1. That's another strike, another fastball. And it's 1-2. The 7th inning brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. 1-2. Story has carried this offense all week long. They wouldn't have won that series from the White Sox without him. 1-2. The pitch is fouled back. He's won a lot of things in his life. Been an all-star, AL Player of the Week and month, but last night, what an honor for him. Took home the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP.
It wasn't unanimous, though.
What is Steve Peralt doing? 1-2. Here's the pitch. Outside. I mean, look, Campbell had a big series. We talked about it. The walks were great. Set up the walk-off and big hit yesterday. But please, that's a little too cute.
Sometimes when I know it's unanimous, I kind of want to pick somebody random.
What are you, like a writer who votes for the Hall of Fame?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Come on.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is swung on and missed. He chased a high slider, and there's one away. I'll tell you what Steve Peralt is doing. Making a dominant copy of the Wally mask.
How good is that?
We need that thing in this booth.
Was it an Oscar the Grouch to start with, and they altered it?
I need more information. I just saw the picture of it. It looks awesome.
It's spot on.
I like it in this booth.
Well,
with Steve, too.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, I'm going to try it on. I'd really also like to try the real one on one time. That'll never happen. Here's Willier, who takes a fastball up and away, ball one.
Hit a homer.
Yeah. That's just as likely as Steve getting a Clark's catch-up vote right.
Ooh.
1-0. No, I kid. The pitch. Fouled back. A Secco boy is Steve Peralta. Such a good dude. And he and I are almost always in lockstep on those votes. Such a cool thing that we get to interact with that great podcast.
Oh, yeah, they do a great job. Daily. Well, I guess it's not daily. I guess it's the end of every series they do a show.
Sometimes more, depending on the need. 1-1. Willier waiting. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a cutter. And it's 1-2. They bring out a lighter side of me, I would say.
Much more colorful ones.
Also have me say things like, this is Willier Abreu. 1-2. From Thornton. Here's the pitch. And it is on the ground up the middle into center field. Willier has a one-out hit.
I won't even attempt that. Great swing by Willier.
Do not try at home. Here comes Christian Campbell. You know, with all the great at-bats that he's been putting together, Will, it seems like Campbell's probably got some extra base hits coming.
Yeah, because the bat speed's there, right? And the hard contact.
Good feel for the strike zone. Tonight he's 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. 1 on, 1 out, 4-3 Sox. The pitch is outside. Gosh, his eye is good. And it's 1-0. Fresh berries are bountiful and now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Buy 2, get 1 free. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Outside corner. I just don't think he's had a good night at all, Alfonso Marquez.
He hasn't. You know, this is a good guy for Willier to run on, too, is Thornton's got a big leg lift. He looks like he's very slow to the plate. Expect a pickoff at some point.
1-1. Look out again. I mean, that will bother the Red Sox. That's 2 that are too high and too tight.
Him? They look behind him.
Wow. He's a little rattled as Campbell. Let's see.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
No. And actually,
right under the hands.
Not all that high, actually. But, yeah, hey, I can those are valuable hands. Get them out of the way. 2-1. Abreu dives back in. This would be a really good spot to run, although it's a hitter's count. So there's a couple different ways to think about this. On the one hand, you know, you get him in motion. Campbell's got that opposite field swing. It's kind of like a little half hit and run, but he's probably also trying to launch right here. 2-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. That would have been a good one, although that was dotted at the knees on the outside corner.
Yeah, that was a pitcher's pitch. 94 on the black.
So now I think it's ever more likely that Abreu thinks about it. 2-2. Casas on deck. He's got a much bigger lead. Willier sort of fiddling with his gloves, leading at first. And he's not going. The pitch is pop foul on the first base side. Now the play. Little love goes a long way in the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Tell you what, I love a warm summery night at Fenway. This is pretty awesome conditions for a ball game right now in late April.
Well, considering what it was a week or so ago.
Yeah. 2-2 to Campbell. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on, and he checked. Wow. I thought the barrel came through there, Will. What did you say?
It was really close. I think Christian Campbell might have thought he was going to get called.
He held up.
He did hold up, but he started walking towards the dugout, and I thought the first base umpire, Lance Barrett, was going to ring him up.
Well, Abreu's going here, isn't he?
I would think so.
3-2.
Stay out of the double play.
Abreu leads, and they think so, too. They throw over. And that, you know, such strong hands and wrists to hold up there for Campbell.
Oh, my goodness. Who was it? Was it Bo Jackson that check swung and the bat broke? Remember that? Of course you do.
I remember everything. 3-2. Campbell waits. Abreu runs the pitch. Slider inside, ball 4. He took it, and the Red Sox have 2 on with 1 out.
What a time for some loud contact from old number 36, Tristan Casas.
Do you remember who that was, by the way?
No.
Yasiel Puig.
The check swing?
Yeah.
I thought Bo Jackson did it back in the day also.
Both pretty similar freakish athletes.
Same body type, right?
Bo Jackson did a lot of things. My goodness.
I haven't seen Puig run 22 power.
Well, were it not for the hip injury, I think. I mean, Bo Jackson, you could right now make the argument he's the best two-way athlete of all time.
My dog's named after him.
Here's Tristan Casas swinging a drive down the right field line, but foul. And out of pay, is that true?
Bo Jackson Middlebrooks.
Your dog has a middle name?
Yeah.
Sure. Does it have hip problems?
No. He is going to be 11, so probably not too far away from that.
2 on, 1 out. 4-3 Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th. What a time this would be for Casas to break out. The pitch is high in the air into center field. This thing is way back. It is gone! 3-run homer for Casas. He does break out, and it is 7-3 Red Sox.
He just lit this place on fire with one swing of the bat. First pitch of this at bat, he was all over a cutter, just missed pulling a homer down the line. Got a fastball right there and did damage to dead center. He knew it too. He hit it, dropped the bat, walked halfway to first. He's been waiting on that feeling for a long time.
Well, he's got the Wally mask on, barely fits on that big dome with the long hair. He's getting high fives in the dugout. Man, what a load off that must feel like.
That is a big one.
And how about this? A pitching change and Mr. Brightside at Fenway. That is awesome. Dan Wilson goes to the bullpen. That was torched for Casas. We're coming out of our cage, and we'll be doing just fine when we come back. 7-3 Red Sox. Take it away, Killers, on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, your New England Ford dealers remind you that this is the perfect time to check out all their great Ford truck offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on Ford F-150, built Ford tough and smarter than ever. The legendary Super Duty, our most capable heavy-duty pickup, and the turbocharged Ranger, ready for your next adventure. Visit buyfordnow.com and see why now's the time to buy or lease your new Ford truck.
From Bregman, it is so fun in this ballpark when that song gets rolling, and they will keep it going. Fans on their feet. 3-run homer for Casas. Well, this is ridiculous. The Red Sox are the kings of the 3-run homer, especially here at Fenway Park.
6?
6 of their 8 have been right here in this building. Wow.
Goodness.
So here's Carlos Narvaez.
Well, that was a huge one.
Wow. And by the way, we have to say, when Christian Campbell walks, good things follow. So impressive. New pitcher on the mound for the Mariners is a right-hander. Here's the pitch to Narvaez. Misses outside for a ball. This is Sorin Lau.
All-name team.
Yeah, not in the Lord of the Rings as far as I can tell. 1-0 to Narvaez. Football score here at Fenway. The pitch is a ball. Slider. And it's 2-0. Get you a little story on Sorin Lau here in a moment. And Rafaela's looked good. Big swing from Casas. Bregman, 2 doubles, 3 driven in. 2-0. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball on the right side. Through into the corner. That's a base hit for Narvaez. He's thinking about it at first, but he will wisely hold. I think that's more out there now in right field. As Narvaez keeps the train moving. You know, this is the time of game now, Will, with 3 runs in the 7th inning, a 4-run lead. You want to pile it on so you don't have to lean on your high leverage relievers in game 1 of this series.
That's the thing, right? You keep those arms fresh for when you do have a closer game, but you would like to score a couple more, that's for sure.
This is his major league debut, Sorin Lau. Heart's got to be pumping. Here's Cedon swinging a miss. He chased a slider outside. And that is strike one. Pitched pretty well over 9 innings at AAA Tacoma. Started all the way back in 15. Signed with the LA Dodgers.
Got called up 2 days ago.
What a place to make your debut. I've always thought that. For visitors, no better yard to debut. 0-1 to Rafaela. Pitch is down and in. Now, it's probably not ideal to face Jaron Duran, who's on deck, and then Rafi Devers if it gets that far. Nesson's got a great shot of the Wally mask. Jaron is on deck. It's one of his great contributions to this club. What a brilliant idea. The best celebration in baseball. 1-1. Cedon fouls it off by Jaron. And a play, and it's 1-2. Well, Tristan hit it 396 at 106 off the bat.
Just enough.
7-3. It's a way to pick up the bullpen, get the big lead back. 1-2 to Cedon. Here's the pitch. Outside. What do you remember about your debut?
Oh, my God. Well, we were wearing throwback uniforms.
Really?
Yeah, we had like I'd have to show you a picture. I don't remember.
Like, were they cream colored?
A little bit, yeah. They had I just have to show you a picture. It's hard to explain, but a lot of us had pants up.
Use your words, Will. The 2-2 pitch is a little bit outside, like the baggy pantaloons, kind of?
Yeah, not super baggy. We have to find the era they were from. I'm not sure. I didn't get that information. My flight from Toledo got in right around batting practice,
wow.
so I was sprinting and sweating. Here? Yeah, I was here.
3-2. Not many different places than Toledo and Fenway.
Oh, God.
3-2 pitch is swung on a miss. He chased a slider. Another two-way. I've spent a lot of nights in that ballpark. It's a good minor league city, but
yeah, the hotel overlooks the field.
Yeah.
I was there. Arnie Baylor called me up and told me I was going to the big leagues. Hey, by the way, you have a car picking you up to go to the airport at 4 a.m. I got called up at midnight.
Wow. Well, what a great guy to tell you that, Arnie Baylor.
Oh, the best. Who ended up being our first base coach when we won a World Series 2 years later. Or a year later, excuse me.
So here's Duran with 2 outs. You know that Lau in his debut does not want to face Devers. The pitch inside. Slider. Jaron has tripled and scored, walked, struck out, and grounded out. 4-3. Red Sox led coming into this inning. Now 7-3 thanks to the Casas 3-run homer. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Sox. 3-5-0 for the Mariners. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass Lottery. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Inside. Mass Lottery celebrates the game we love, from the baseball diamond to the lottery games that support all our 351 cities and town. Welcome to the state of winning. Let's see that picture now. Those are baggy. Sort of tri-colored socks. 2-0. Pitch. That's a strike. What did you have a favorite uniform? Like, to me, these home whites are as good as any in baseball.
1936 throwback unis, by the way.
Yeah, of course. You should have known that.
They weren't made of wool. I'll tell you that. They were a little better.
You would have needed a lot of pickle juice
breathable.
that day, man. 2-1. The pitch. Duran fouls it off on the third base side, and it's 2-2.
Facing one of my good friends, too, Brandon McCarthy, was pitching for the A's. Walked my first at bat, swinging bunt. Brandon Edge playing third, comes in barehanded. I beat it out for an infield single. Then I doubled the right field and then struck out my last at bat.
And it's become like a big online presence. Opinionated, thoughtful.
Oh, Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like part owner of the soccer team out in Phoenix, too.
Of course he is.
Very sarcastic human being.
Not that you know anything about that. 2-2 to Duran. Narvaez leading at first. The pitch is in the dirt. So 3-2. You would think now, with Rafi Devers on deck, doesn't this have to be a spot where Duran sees a fastball?
I would think so. You had me thinking about it now. Yeah, but even his fastball has cut to it. That's the thing.
Narvaez gets a running start. The pitch is swung on and grounded on the right side. Over to his left, the second baseman, Rivas. He throws it wide. Duran collides with the first baseman. Narvaez rounds third. Throw to the plate. Way wide. Head first slide. Narvaez scores. Duran causes chaos again. And it's 8-3 Red Sox.
I mean, he gets the cutter in on the hands, but first baseman, second baseman, pitcher, all going for the ball. Second baseman finally gets it. The throw takes him into the baseline, and Jaron Duran goes full Marshawn Lynch. Just truck sticks him. tell you what, you want to know how solid of a man Jarren Duran is. Watch that replay when you get a chance.
He just totally decked the first baseman Solano.
Just kind of went, get out of my way. I got things to do.
And he's at second base after Narvaez scored. You know that Lau's head is spinning right now because here is Raffy. 5-run lead. Here's the pitch. Devers takes a little strike at the top of the zone.
Look,
and it's 0-1.
Good teams do little things right, and it's things that we won't talk about down the road. But Narvaez scoring on that ball.
Yeah. Great read.
Running hard all the way around.
Single, no RBI for Duran. 0-1 to Raffy. The pitch is a strike. Really good pitch. It's 0-2. They give Rivas the error, of course, but that is the pressure of speed.
Of course.
0-2 to Devers. 8-3. Duran will score on anything that finds outfield grass. The pitch, swing and a miss in the dirt. Devers not going to run, really. Probably picks it up behind the plate. Duran is almost touching home plate as the throw goes to first base. The inning is over. The Red Sox get 4. Casas homers, Narvaez hustles. We go to the 8th inning, 8-3 Red Sox. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode. So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Kenny Planton te roba la diversión con Bob Esponja y sus amigos. Ven a Mall Plaza Cali y diviértete con Nickelodeon Héroes del Mar. Del 3 al 27 de abril. La entrada gratuita va de parte del Fondo de Bikini. Te esperamos.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Whitlock continues in the game. Ben Williamson, man, the first William and Mary guy since 2010 in the big leagues. Lines went into right field on the first pitch. And Williers over to play the second hop. Leadoff hit for the Mariners here in the 8th. On the one hand, you'd be a little tempted to take Whitlock out with a 5-run lead, but they are committed to this program of pitching him 2 innings at a time. The other thing is, it's only 5 runs. It's a big league game, and they want to set the tone to begin this series.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
You like it a lot.
You know, one thing I'm regretting is not pulling out the pickle juice while Joe was in here.
Yeah, what are you doing? Here's Dylan Moore, who takes slider inside for ball 1.
Well, Brian Bayo had yet to catch a cramp.
Yeah.
Didn't know Doug was hoarding pickle juice in our locker.
He's got all kinds of things. The 1-0's up and in. You know what? One of the most fun things that I found about Joe Castig in my 6 years working with him is that he's up for fun too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he would have done it in a heartbeat. 2-0. Here's the pitch. That is a little bit high. Like last year, I told him that if Casas hit 25 home runs, that we would paint Joe's fingernails red, and that actually Tristan would do it. And he agreed to that. Of course, Tristan's injury made that a little difficult, but not a lot of people know that side of him. The 3-0 is a strike on the outside corner. And that's, I mean, the thing about spending so much time together, and I'm so happy that you and I have this year, is that you really do spend more time with your broadcast partner than your spouse in a baseball season. The 3-1 is swung on and missed, a changeup, and it's 3-2. And so it matters so much whether you get along, whether you have a good time, and you learn virtually everything about a person.
Right. Buckle up.
It's going to scare you a little bit. 3-2, the pitch is strike 3 called. I've never seen that more. Swung way after, just frustrated with himself. Whitlock freezes him, and there's one away.
Yeah, that's a really good slider from Whitlock. And those fastballs up in the zone set this up. This slider actually starts at the elbow and breaks back to the zone. That's a hanger, but it just fooled him.
Here now, Leo Rivas. One out, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Listen, Will, this Mariner club, they've got unbelievable pitching. I know that one of their aces is hurt and on the injured list. They just have not for years now invested in enough hitting. The 0-1 is down and away. This is no offense to these players. I mean that, but their bench is Ben Williamson, Mitch Garver, Donovan Solano, and Leo Rivas. And the bottom of their order has Miles Mastrobuoni, Dylan Moore, and Luke Raley. 1-1. The pitch is swung on and missed. Now, the AL West, the Astros are a little bit down. The Rangers widely predicted to win that division. It's not the AL East. But with those arms, I think it's a huge miss by the Mariners to not invest in more offense.
How many off seasons are we going to say that, though? Like, oh, this is the year they're going to go get 1 or 2 bats or make a trade because they have 5 good starters. They could trade one of them for a bat. And they just never do it.
They got offers from a lot of teams, including this one. The 1-2, a little bit high, a sinker. And it's 2-2. And if you believe the reports, the man who just hit a 3-run homer was in discussions with the Mariners. People like Luis Castillo, Brian Wu, and others. Here's a high fly into left field. Duran in and then back to his left. He's there to make the play. And they're 2 away.
You got to think even guys like David Hamilton, right? I know a lot of teams were high on him, and the Red Sox said no because they wanted to keep him.
J.P. Crawford.
Emergence of this Marcelo Meyer and Christian Campbell, and all of a sudden it's like David Hamilton kind of falling behind those guys.
Well, by the way, Marcelo hit another home run tonight. Here's J.P. Crawford, who takes outside. Drove 2 of the Mariners' 3 runs. It's 8-3 in the top of the 8th inning. Meyer, he had the best spring training just about of any Red Sox player. 1-0 to Crawford. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He's hit homers in consecutive days. He and Anthony went back-to-back grand slams one day after the other. And he's got the sweetest swing in the minor leagues. He can play defense all over the place. He is heating up. I don't think it's going to be that long before those guys are here.
It's amazing how polished those guys are for their lack of professional experience.
Yeah, 1-1. The pitch is low with a changeup. Whitlock, another ho-hum. Just mowing him down effort. 31 pitches, 20 strikes.
Who was it Meyer looked like? Was it Vinny Chase?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Entourage. 2-1. I don't know that there's anybody in the Red Sox minor league system who looks like Johnny Drama as the sinker's on the outside corner. It's 2-2.
Ari Gold. What a great show. Ari, I loved Ari.
Totally rewatchable. Some of the great rants of all time. 2-2 is a broken back grounder. Look out, Casas. Campbell comes over. He barehands, throws to first. Wow. In time. What a play.
Come on.
Casas went back to the bag. Campbell read it beautifully. And a barehand flip to first. And the inning is over. Sweet Caroline is sweet tonight. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 8-3 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Jeffrey. Do you know what really went down the night John Belushi died? Or about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's snatch and grab gang and The Rock's nearly 10 arrests? These stories and more are told in the new podcast, Hollywoodland, where true crime and Tinseltown collide. Hollywoodland is hosted by me, Jake Brennan, creator of the award-winning music and true crime podcast, Disgraceland. Follow and listen to Hollywoodland wherever you get your podcasts.
As your warm weather fun gets into full swing, Shaw's and Star Market are saving you time and money. Just download the Shaw's Deals and Delivery app to do your grocery shopping online. Right now, you'll save $30 off your first online order over $75. That's right. Use the code SAVE30 and enjoy $30 off your first order. Plus, get free curbside pickup or delivery right to your door, ready in as soon as 30 minutes. Shaw's and Star Market. Save time, shop online.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
hey Google, cool down my car.
And,
hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the Nissan Rogue. Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply, subject to third-party service availability. Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Available on Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. MSRP for base models. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Indeed, as Alex Bregman leads it off in the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox leading at 8-3. Fun night so far. Lau continues in the game. You'll see Bregman. And then Story and Abreu in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Maserati Boston, Maserati Millbury, and Maserati of Warwick. Breggy takes a little low and outside. I like when the fans said, so good, so good, so good. You sort of pumped your fists from your hips like you were Matt Foley living a van down by the river.
It may look like a dance.
1-0. Pee-pee dance misses inside, and it's 2-0.
Actually trying to unlock my lower lumbar system. I am stuck, brother.
You are standing, feet wide.
I'm mentally grinding right now.
It's a hard knock life. 2-0 to Bregman is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-1. I mean, Doug made you this sort of like lumbar support pillow.
Yep.
Taped together.
I'm past
You've
that.
ditched it. This thing weighs like 15 pounds. 2-1. Lau winds, he throws. Bregman takes outside. You do chiropractor ever?
Not when it's this angry.
Yeah.
Just got to wait it out. But we're good. We're good.
Nothing to complain about tonight.
I don't have to swing a bat. I just got to talk. This is the easy part.
Somebody not named Slayton is up in the pen. I think that might be Liam Hendricks. I love that idea.
It sure is.
That's very cool. 3-1. Bregman takes a strike on the outside corner. 3-2. I love what Alex Cora said yesterday. I asked him about his debut, which did not go as he wanted. He gave up the big homer to Andrew Vaughn. He said, look, the story is that he made it back. That was a ball, by the way.
Not even close. Oh, my goodness.
Really rough night behind the plate for Alfonso Marquez. 3-2 is high in the air down the right field line. Over and to his right is Moore. He makes the play. And there's one away. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. You deserve a car that thrills you. And Nissan's got an exciting full line to put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Fun working with Joe Braverman this year. Keeps us on our toes. In line, here's Trevor. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. You are literally on your toes right now trying to work out the pack pain.
Keeping score. I'm actually taking notes for my post-game show. I got to sprint to
after keep up with Lenny. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, foul on the first base side. You were both wearing beautiful blue sport coats today.
Did you watch the show?
I had it on in the booth. Why not?
I don't believe you.
I mean, I didn't listen, but I did watch it.
You get to hear me for the next 3 hours. You can just look at me for the first hour.
Enough is enough. And looking at you is the best thing to do anyway. 1-1 pitch is a little bit low with a slider. Just ask Jenny, and it's 2-1.
You said it.
You guys had fun at the finish line of the marathon yesterday.
We had a blast. We were with Tech. We were at the Veritex and Derek Lowe, his wife.
2-1. D-Low.
D-Low.
Pitch, swing, and a miss. Slider. I understand from so many that Derek Lowe is a phenomenal golfer.
Let me see your hand. Let me show you something. What is this?
Scratch.
That would be scratch.
I'm glad the listeners did not have to see that.
Could have been worse.
Your long fingers scratching my palm. 2-2 with 1 out. 8-3 Red Sox. Pickle juice, please. Lau winds, he throws, and a swing and a miss at a fastball, and Story is gone. They're 2 away. He's like the club champion down at Renaissance in Florida. True stick.
Well, now they moved back up here last September. They're living up close to Tech now. They're in, I don't know what town they're in. They're not far from here.
Tech used to be, and is still, next to the house where Tim and Stacy Wakefield called home. Here's the pitch to Wilyer Abreu, and it's on 1. And by the way, it's worth saying, what a wonderful job that Jason and his wife Catherine have done with Trev and Bree, the Wakefield kids. I mean, they just totally stepped in as surrogate parents. 0-1 to Abreu, and that is swung on and missed to Slider. They did it when Stacy first got sick. Tim was understandably underwater with all that. And then, of course, when Tim got sick, that's something not a lot of people know about, or Jason certainly doesn't talk about.
Right.
0-2 to Wilyer Abreu. Pitch is inside because he puts up such a gruff exterior. Tech does, but there's such a big heart behind those curtains, and he shows it no more clearly than with those kids.
Tech does a lot for a lot of people behind closed doors and doesn't want any credit for anything. And that's the man he is.
8-3 Red Sox, 2 outs, bases empty. The pitch is in the dirt to Abreu. And it's 2-2. The first time I ever saw him, he came down sort of as a rover. I was in AAA. I think we were in Scranton. And here comes Jason Veritek. And in the minor leagues, you're looking for any interesting angle and story. I said, hey, can you give us 5 minutes? He looked right at me and he said, I'd rather be seen than heard. Which is kinder than some of the things he says now. 2-2. Nope. The pitch is ripped down the right field line. It's way back at the track. Does it have enough? No, but it bounces off the track and out of play. It's an automatic double for Wilyer Abreu, and the Red Sox have him at second with 2 down.
Oh, ho-hum, just another 3-for-4 day for Wilyer Abreu. Good to see him get going again. He was so hot earlier in the year, and you can tell he is starting to see the ball well again here the last couple days.
No kidding. And when he gets hot, he can carry you. That's his 6th double. And here comes Christian Campbell. You're right, under the radar. We're talking about Casas and Bregman. This is starting to look like a very deep offense. Wilyer at second with 2 down. The pitch. Campbell swings and misses at a slider, and it's 0-1. I don't mind that swing in this spot. 8-3. Just sell out. On 1 with Abreu at second. The pitch. That's a good take. Outside. It's almost like Campbell gives himself 1 or 2 in an at-bat, and then he really locks in.
Yeah. Got a couple different swings, which is rare for a kid his age with his little of experience.
1-1. Ground ball up the middle. Did it hit the bag? No. Backhanded by the second baseman Rivas. Low throw to first. Picked out over there by Solano. Nice job. And the inning is over. Red Sox 8. Mariners 3. Top 9 next. Liam Hendricks to the mound in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Picture yourself on the island of St. Croix, where every moment is infused with a vibe like no other. Welcome to St. Croix, where the rhythm of the island captivates your soul. Whether sampling local cuisines at a waterfront restaurant, snorkeling along colorful coral reefs, or strolling through lush tropical gardens, you'll feel the magic of this vibrant island. So why wait? Plan your escape today at visitusvi.com and discover why we say St. Croix, a vibe like no other.
Andy Hart here with an opportunity to lose 40 pounds by the 4th. I dropped my 20 in just 4 weeks with Awaken 180. Imagine what you could achieve by Independence Day having similar results. 40 by the 4th. Find your solution at awaken180weightloss.com.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Blank. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox. Wee-I. Do you think they get pissed if I said that, or do you think they'd embrace it? Hi, this is Liam Hendricks. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox. Wee-I.
Oh, that is fabulous for Liam Hendricks. First time we've heard that. I'm sorry, Middlebrooks was furiously preparing for TV postgame as Hendricks takes the mound. He just said, "Hello, this is Blank. You're listening to Wee-I." That's what Hendricks said, reading the prompt.
Would you expect anything less?
No, he's so great. Everybody
Hi, this
pulling
is
for
Blank.
him.
You're listening to the home of the Red Sox. Wee-I. Do you think they get pissed if I said that, or do you think they'd embrace it? Hi, this is Liam Hendricks. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox. Wee-I.
Yes, indeed. Liam on the mound. Mate, he throws the first pitch. Fastball for strike one.
You know, I came up through the minor leagues facing Liam, and he was a starting pitcher for the Twins and their organization. Had a lot of battles there, New Britain.
Oh, one is driven high in the air into center field, but Sadan's got it. And in front of the track, he's there to make the play. One away.
Yeah, I faced Liam as well. He was obviously with the Twins organization, so they're in Fort Myers. We were in Fort Myers, so we faced each other a ton there. Spring training on the backfields and extended spring training. I actually got an at-bat against him in the Futures game, which was fun on the big stage. A little seeing eye single off one of his sliders.
Not an easy pitch to hit for a few years. See, now this is just so annoying as we get near the end of our time. You put the good-looking sport coat on as Polanco takes a curveball outside for ball one. 8-3 Red Sox.
You like that?
I do, but I mean, why don't I get that?
It's got a built-in pocket square. How sick is that?
Not bad.
I can't lose it.
Nor could you do a real one. The 1-0 is down and in. A curveball. And
Brother,
it's 2-0.
I'm still YouTubing how to tie ties.
Please tell me that's not true.
It's not true. We also never wear ties anymore.
Which is a good thing.
Can you tell I'm packing my bag as I pack?
It's really disrespectful. The 2-0 pitch is fouled on the third base side.
I was literally on all fours as I was talking to you right there, trying to get my charger out of the wall.
They put you through the ringer, it's true. You're down on the Truly deck in the Nesson studio. You sprint up here before the game, and you got to get right out there after.
I sold my soul.
What a cool... Hey, man, you got to put bread on the table.
Yeah.
2-1 from Hendricks to Polanco.
And as crazy as it is, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
What's better than talking Sox? Here's a ground ball on the right side. Campbell's got it. He will throw to first in time, and they're 2 away. You can imagine the adrenaline was going the first time for Liam Hendricks. Yeah. This is a little more normal.
Let him settle in a little bit, right? And he was facing his old team also, which that matters.
Yeah. 681 days between big league appearances. Here now, Cal Raleigh, 8-3 Red Sox. So many good things tonight. Bayo battled through 5 innings. Here's the pitch. High fly into left center field. Back and it goes. Rafaela on the glide, on the track. He's there. He makes the play, and the ball game is over. How good must that feel for Liam Hendricks? The Red Sox win the opener over the Seattle Mariners. 8-3 the final.
And you're going to have to handle the post game because I'm outie. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take it easy, man. 8-3 Red Sox win on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Big box stores are great if you want to stay the same. But be careful not to get boxed in. Northeast Electrical can help you get where you need to go. From great products to unique services and solutions. Click now and experience your upgrade.
Every morning brings a fresh, new energy.
This is Today with...
And no matter what the day holds, we come to the Today Show for all of it.
When things are tough, we talk about it. When there's something to figure out, we dig into it. And when there's joy, we celebrate it.
Because today is where it's all happening. We get the best start to every morning because we start it together.
Watch the Today Show with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin, weekdays at 7 a.m. on NBC.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Great night at Fenway Park. The Red Sox winners over the Mariners 8-3. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 10 left for the Sox. 3-6, 1 and 9. For Seattle, 3 hours and 14 minutes, one of the longer games of the year. In front of 33,027. The attendance brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. If you're craving some crunch, get fresh hand-breaded chicken tenders or a crispy chicken sandwich spiced just right here in the ballpark. We'll step aside, get you more. We'll check in the Red Sox clubhouse. Then we got more on the Nissan postgame show from Fenway Park after a win on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this.
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? Well, then listen to What We Spend. Available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel.
Cool. Good to go to the opera. Good to sit ringside at a boxing match. Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Do you suffer from projectile dysfunction? That's when there's something stuck in your drains and pipes causing a backup. It can happen to the best of us, and Drains by James can get you unclogged and feeling free again. Projectile dysfunction can be serious if not treated right away. It will impact things at home, and you'll wonder why you didn't take care of it sooner. Go to drainsbyjames.com. Drains by James. They give a poop about your pipes.
Spring is the season to find stuff. We're not going there. We're going here at findmassmoney.gov to see if you have money coming to you that you may not even know about. From a forgotten savings account, uncashed payroll check, refund check. It might have never gotten to you. You know, it's estimated that 1 out of every 10 people have unclaimed property. See if your name's on the list. Go to findmassmoney.gov. In the spring season of trying to find things, let's see if you got some money coming to you at findmassmoney.gov.
Town Fair Tire is New England's largest volume discount tire dealer with over 100 locations. So we sell Michelin tires for the guaranteed lowest price. Like Michelin tires with all-season capabilities and maximum performance. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services for life on your Michelin tires for longer tread life and reliable traction in both wet and dry conditions. For the guaranteed lowest price on Michelin tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire. You can count on reliable fence.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Mark, the owners of Reliable Fence, New England's leading fencing company.
We're a family-owned business that has delivered unbeatable value for over 70 years. Gramps thought that if he gave the best customer service with the best fence product, people would notice. And they have, with a 4.7-star Google rating from over 650 reviews.
That's right, Mike. Our high-quality fences protect and beautify your property, and always at a fair price. Plus, our dedicated year-round staff is always here for all your needs.
And right now, you can save big with our annual Spring into Savings sale, where you'll save 20%.
If you've been thinking about getting a new fence or replacing an old one, now's the perfect time to take advantage of our awesome Spring into Savings sale and save 20%.
Just go to reliablefencing.com. That's reliable, FENCING.com for the best fence around.
Reliable fence.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Red Sox beat the Mariners 8-3. Another great night at Fenway Park. And joining us now from the Red Sox clubhouse, Wilyer Abreu. Wilyer, thanks so much for taking the time. On base 4 times, 3 hits and a walk. This offense is rolling, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It was a great day. We put a lot of good at-bats, a lot of walks. So everybody was patient, waiting for our pitches. So we executed.
You know, as someone who is with this team every day, I can feel the schedule that you guys go through, and it sort of feels like, Wilyer, the club got through the very difficult time of the season with all these opening days and not many days off and different start times. Did you feel coming to the ballpark today after the morning game yesterday, a long time off, that maybe now you settle into a more regular routine?
Yeah, for sure. Today is our normal day, so we have more time to prepare ourselves to be ready for the game. So I think we did a very good job.
How are the Twins doing?
Very good, thank you.
And Wilyer is the father of 3 right now, so I don't know how he's getting any sleep, but he sure does look locked in at the plate. Well, you know, you've been so awesome offensively this season, Wilyer. What's been the key for you? You know, we know that you slimmed down, your hands are in a little bit of a different position. What triggers what you're doing offensively right now?
Yeah, I mean, I made some adjustment from last year to this year, so I feel like I'm more under control with my body, try to see the ball better with less movement, and I think it's working, you know?
It is, for sure. You know, we say this about Rafi a lot, Wilyer, where like one swing can get him hot for a couple weeks. You feel like that kind of hitter, too. Do you feel that, like when you hit one line drive, you do what you want, it can get you really going?
Yeah, for sure. When you feel good with one swing, you know you can keep doing the same swing for many days. So that's what I trying to do. That's what I been my key for this start of the season.
And before we let him go, I'd like people to understand and appreciate what an awesome job Willier's doing, understanding and speaking English. It just helps you connect with the fans, and we really commend you for doing it, Willie. You're doing such a wonderful job in your second language. Last thing for you, Bayo was on the mound. I know it's been a long ride back for him. What was it like to play behind him, and what's the mood watching him pitch again?
No, I mean, watching Bayo pitching is exciting. So he's a really good pitcher. So I know he will be a great pitcher in the future. So I'm very glad he's come back and he did a great job.
Muchísimas gracias y felicidades, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's Willier Abreu, who is just on a heater for the Red Sox and just absolutely at times carrying this offense at his sixth double tonight, a couple hits, a walk, a run scored, and really not much to be unhappy about at all offensively here tonight. Everybody seemed to get involved. I really do. I said it to him, but I mean it. Like, think about the growth for Abreu in speaking his second language and the courage that it takes to do that. I think that is so cool and to totally be applauded. All right, Christian Arcan's got the rest of the Nissan postgame show thanks to Joe Braverman. He finally got into a better mood as the game wore on. Doug Lane was awesome here at the booth at Fenway Park. For Will Middlebrooks, and I'm Will Fleming saying so long from Fenway Park. Red Sox 8, Mariners 3. Sox are rolling. They've won 7 of 9. We will have our another game broadcast tomorrow night, same time. It is a 7:45 first pitch, and that means the I should say 6:45, and that means the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show can be heard beginning at 5:45. And guess what? The Red Sox will have yet another start in line for Sean Newcomb beginning at 6:45. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Shaw's and Star Market WEI Red Sox.
Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, FDA approved for over 20 years. So, talk to your specialist to see if Botox Cosmetic is right for you.
For full prescribing information, including boxed warning, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
Remember to ask for Botox Cosmetic by name. To see for yourself and learn more, visit BotoxCosmetic.com. That's BotoxCosmetic.com.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? Well, then listen to What We Spend, available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
When your boy Flavor Flav counts from 3, you're gonna go to Cane's and you're gonna order hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers. 3, 2, 1. Raising Cane's. One love.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
hey Google, cool down my car.
And,
hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the Nissan Rogue. Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Available on Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. MSRP for base models. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You're listening to the Nissan postgame show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that will put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Christian Arcan here with you as we get to a nice win here for the Boston Red Sox. 8-3 your final score over the Seattle Mariners. I asked Will Fleming before the game, is it going to be weird to see a real team, the Red Sox, playing like an actual baseball team, not the White Sox. No. Like a real team that's good and has strong quality starting pitching like they evidently were supposed to tonight, but no one told the Red Sox bats about that. A lot of guys with good nights at the plate. Jaron Duran, 2 for 4. Alex Bregman, 2 for 5 with a couple of RBI doubles. Willie Abreu, who you just heard get interviewed there by Will Fleming, went 3 for 4. And, of course, Tristan Casas with a 3-run home run to right center field, which we'll see. We'll see if this is the start of things beginning to change for him, because he's been the biggest concern, I think, for most Red Sox fans. I think for Alex Cora. Other guys have been slumping. Only one got moved down in the lineup. And he did not miss that pitch in the 7th inning. That's the one that put the game out of reach. The Red Sox were up 4-3. But when Casas hit that home run, that cemented this win and was a huge, huge play in this game. We'll get to the play of the game and all that in just a moment. But first, I want to tell you that the Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer. By supporting the Jimmy Fund tonight, Red Sox pitchers had 5 strikeouts. That means another $250 to the Jimmy Fund to help strike out cancer. Arbella, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. The other big story, the return of Brian Bayo, who went 5 innings in this one. It was pretty shaky to start out, though. I'm not going to lie. He ended up picking up the win. He went 5 innings, allowed just 1 run on 4 hits with 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, a home run, and 2 hit batsmen. They both came in the first inning. And that's when things were probably the diciest, I would say, all day long for Brian Bayo. He started off getting Julio Rodriguez to ground out. Sinker looked great in mid to high 90s with the sinker, which is a great thing to see after he missed the entire first 24 games of the year. And then the next batter, that'd be Jorge Polanco, the DH. And after working the count to 1-2, changeup hung up right over the middle of the plate. Polanco did not miss it, hit it to right center field, 400-footer, tape measure shot. And then it looked like the Mariners were about to bust it open right there in the first inning. Cal Raleigh walks. Arozarena hit by a pitch. Luke Raley comes up. He gets hit by a pitch. And that loads the bases for Rowdy Tellez. Now, if you're of a certain age, you remember Rowdy Tellez, when he was with Toronto, used to just massacre the Red Sox. Just an all-time Red Sox killer. Up there with Joe Carter and Edwin Encarnacion and now George Springer and all the evil Blue Jays from the years gone by. The ghosts of Toronto Blue Jays past. And now he's wearing a